Wally or one mic, big pimpin' or song cry. Men lie and women lie, and we in sync like bye-bye. I fishtailed in a Bronco, got 5 rooms in my condo. Punch Chris Paul like I'm Rondo, ain't no bygones, I'm a honcho. Got my main chick in a Sancha, my side chick in a Honda, my boo thing in a Beamer, and she cheeked up like a goddess. I just can't be with no faking, you heard wrong, mistaken. You talk big but act small like catch on, I'm hating. Yeah, I know these people need me. They 3-piece while I roll 1 deep. Not no wolf, but I'm not no sheep. Heard these hoes like my name Bo Peep. I was Black Mike with the glove on, White Mike with my Uggs on, Black Drake get my thug on, then I'm White Drake getting hugged on. You ain't seen that when I pull up. Peach Sprite in my full cup, shift weight like a full crumb. Ain't no days off like I'm Bueller. What is the meaning of this? Is it a bliss? Is it a diss? Wicked, I'm wicked, I'm wicked, I'm rich. Look at the things that I predict. You couldn't hang out on my cliff. Look at you change out in the GIF. Thought you was gang, thought you could sing, but you were lame, stink as a whiff.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I fuck with the war. I tried to get in, the nigga said no, it is what it is. My record was clean, it's dirty Diana, the cup overflowed. I can't get along with these negative hoes unless they're inspired to take off their clothes. Back by the time of the pussy exposed, some man get nervous and blow up a phone. Yeah, who is this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yo. Welcome. I think everything is working. All right. How's everybody doing? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Almost. Happy end of year, if that's a thing. Make sure all these buttons are good to go. Solo today, yeah, of course. Everybody else makes plans on holidays. I have no plans. I'm here. It's just me.
I'm dope, gonna selling dope, is you like that? Kicking doors, kicking in doors, is you like that? Y'all throw niggas selling lows, is you like that? All 24, you won't go, is you like that?
Y'all know. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Let's go, I'm about to go live with you. Got the toes out, strippers on the pole round, whole crowd go live with it. I ain't never been a city boy, bitch, I'm so amazing. Cruising with the windows down, cause my partner blazing. What them heifers hitting for, yo, I'm on the line. I was on the flow dizzy, but you know I'm gonna shine. You can vision me, man, I know these people probably sick of me. Every time they turn around, I'm rocking with their bitch speed. You ain't even
ready
got
out there?
ass, homie, you ain't got this. Started from the factory, they ain't even dropped this. I was in the studio, cooking up some nonsense. I'm him, you ain't on my level, homie, stop this. I'm back, big and bad, what you even asked for? I was on the block while your ass was in the classroom. 1991, you can find me playing bad dreams. 10 years later, you can catch me making bad moves.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Hope everybody had a good Christmas.
I'm dope, gonna selling dope, is you like that? Kicking dope.
All right, I'm Dice. I'm here on behalf of White Collar Rhymes. I'm here to listen to some music from our Discord community like we do every Wednesday around this time. D-Bird is off somewhere probably getting wasted. Nikki's probably off with her family. But I'm here with y'all. What up, Spooky? What up, Ball and Dove? What up, Dez? And what up, Cyclone? Welcome to the show. What we do is we listen to music from our community on Discord. Join the Discord if you would like to take part. Listen to the songs, give it a rating 1 through 10, and then give it some feedback, some tips, tricks, whatever, comments, initial thoughts, and keep it moving. The way that we do this is we usually listen to our subscribers first. So if you are a subscriber on Twitch or a member on YouTube or a subscriber on our Discord, you get priority. Listen to those first. Then after that, we do the free queue, which is just, anybody who wants something to listen to. I will close the queue probably in about like an hour, top of the hour. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't think we have too much tonight. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kenny. You know the broke boys out there. And it looks like AD Rocky has a plethora of shit that he would like us to listen to. So while we get up and going, AD Rocky, what is your intentions with our listening ears tonight? Are we listening to everything back to back to back, or can I space that stuff out? How hostage are you holding us this fine evening? Please let inquiring minds know. In the meantime, let's see what we got in the queue. Not too many. Oh well, never mind. Seems like we got the normal crop in the sub queue. Okay, I can space it out. Where did you put them all? Have you posted them all yet? Where the hell are they? I don't see them. Enlighten me. Unless I'm just not seeing it yet. All right, so turns out we got a lot of AD Rocky tonight. He has tipped $50, so that's 10 songs. What's my opinion on you becoming a Cardi clone named Little Schlatt? Honestly, I have no opinion on that. I don't think I've ever fully listened to a Cardi song from start to finish, unless you're talking about Cardi B. All I see is the young whippersnappers talking about how iconic and influential he is. And the snippets that I've heard, I've never been inclined to go back and say, I want to listen to this person's catalog. Not that he's trash or anything. I don't know. It just didn't seem interesting to me. So if you want to be a clone of somebody, then I guess be prepared to just be called a clone for the duration of your musical endeavors. That's the best I can tell you. Because usually when people hear stuff and it sounds like somebody, that's the first thing they're going to say. Oh, you sound like so-and-so. And then they just go back and they listen to so-and-so. They're not going to listen to you. Nobody's going to listen to Cardi and say, oh, you know what? I want to go back and listen to the Fallen Dove that sounds like Cardi. They're just going to go listen to Cardi. So that's my take on it. My happenstance, my happen chance, my whatever you want to call it. All right, motion that AD Rocky goes all at the end. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. What's up, Will the Cook? All right. I am going to skip past all the formalities. Combo from earlier. I did not take part in that combo for obvious reasons. Yo, what up? Welcome. All right, let's AD, let me know where you post all your shit at so I can make sure that I figure out how I want to work this into the show. In the meantime, we can go ahead and get started. How do I want to do this? I don't want to download shit. Hold on. Let me share this screen. All right. Discord, sub, feedback, that. Boom. Since I'm special, let me make myself prominent somehow or another. Nah, this is fine. All right. Starting out in the sub queue is Cyclone. No Hook version 2. Overall feedback. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to rock and roll for the night? We good to go? Any other questions people had? Yeah, Kenny's in here. Let's get it. All right. AD, hold on. Let me fix this so I can see what the hell y'all are talking about, because y'all have a tendency to talk shit, and I am here for it. All right. Bigger. All right, let's go. First up, Cyclone, No Hook version 2. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Okay. It's actually get some issues off my mind, and you know what? Fuck it. Don't wanna play around, round. Don't wanna play around, round. Don't wanna play around, don't wanna play. Don't wanna play, don't wanna play. Don't wanna play around, don't wanna play there. Broken last non-issue, don't wanna misuse. In the wrong language, breaking love barrier. Sometimes what I do makes it look scarier. Seeing what's a verdict here, you just have no purpose. Looking left and right, it seems where it look crowded line. People trying to be a rebel, just keep seeing signs. Trying to paint canvas and be stuck in their vine. They just trying to say that I don't progress. Looking at me and seeing a mess. Better look in the mirror, that's not you, dear. Trying to get a hold of me, better come closer, dear. Trying to threaten me, Karen, better call a manager. Or you'll be looking like a ball handler. They're just trying to get in trouble. Better go to your man before we get in rumble. Is this thing on? Okay, hold on. Just wanna address one more thing. Alright, let's get it. They just trying to take a toe out me. Be looking out line, they just trying to look at spite. Give me a reason to care for. They just trying to look what I bury and carry it. They just wanna bury me down. Looks like they're looking too soft now. They don't wanna be a part of the mess, looking restless. They're just gonna destroy the whole world, looking like a wasteland.
Okay. That was No Hook version 2 by Cyclone. Fallen Dove seems to think these are some choice words directed in their direction. I don't know, Cyclone, if you want to confirm or deny that. It still sounds like you're eating the microphone. I think this has been a issue since you have gone off to college, is that something with your distance between the mic and your face is too close and too ridiculous. It just sounds muffled. It sounds like you're talking like this the whole time, but you're doing it super projected, and it's just hitting a brick wall. You got a lot going on where sometimes it's just hard to. You already have issues with pronunciation on some words, so it makes it a struggle whenever you do all these different mix effects, and now I have to decipher. What the fuck was that word? That movie where the fucking hidden treasure in the Smithsonian or some shit, the Da Vinci Code. It feels like I'm the Cyclone Code. I have to decipher what the hell you're saying lyrically every single track. So first and foremost, I would say work on like figuring out what the right distance is between you and the microphone, or like somebody said, turn the gain down because it's too loud. Record low, mix high. You can always increase the volume of things and use the noise remover or properly use your compression to get rid of artifacts that you don't need. And then go back to the pronunciation thing. I think for a while you were getting better with the pronunciation, but now you've gone back into this habit of over mixing and over modulating to the point where your pronunciation kind of just gets lost in the sauce. So I would give this this shit was weird. Kind of was off beat a little bit too. I give it a 4. Maybe a generous Christmas 4. That's how I'm feeling, I think. All right. Next up, Kenny made a banger. Oh yeah, AD Rocky. Did you tell me where you put? I saw you say play something and then play 3. I can do like every other track is an AD Rocky track, but where did you put the shit? Where is it, my man? AD Rocky, help me out. I'm by myself here. I don't have any assistants. I don't have a producer. It's just me here clicking buttons and talking shit. Appreciate it if you help a brother out. Play Bofa. Well, if you want your stuff played, join the Discord. After you join the Discord, you can see the queue, and then, get your track in the list of things that's going to get played tonight. At some point, I will close it down. Like I said, probably in about an hour. I don't have any DMs from AD Rocky other than the last time we spoke about some songs he sent me. He's being noticeably quiet. So in the meantime, let's listen to Kenny Made a Banger. This one says, Simon Says, and it's a work in progress. I like that, Kenny. I like the drums as usual. I think you probably have the best drums on the server. I like the melody. I like the mix. I think the snare is balanced usually. Oh shit, here comes Noir. It's a back and forth for me. I think Kenny probably has consistently sounding drums, where I think Noir, you have different like elements that you bring out of whatever samples that you choose. But I would say for my style of choice, I think Kenny's drums consistently sound good to me, and sometimes I have to listen to Noir because he experiments a little bit more and kind of get into the rhythm. But I think both of them probably are up there top two for me. It changes depending on the day. But I like this melody a lot. I like the openness of it. I feel like it opens up to storytelling. Melody is not too distracting, overpowering. Snares in the right spot. Drums hit good. Hi-hats are on point. Everything's mixed well. I would love to hear this tracked out to completion and maybe revisit this as an artist at some point and, finagle with it or something myself. Dope shit, though. I think it's a good second track for the night. I would give this one I'll give it an 8.5 because it's a work in progress. If I had more than 55 seconds, I could definitely probably give it a 9. And for those of you who are wanting the sauce, I see Kenny all the time posting his drum packs and like samples for people to use. Go in the producer section and find the threads and the channels that Kenny has created. He's giving you guys some free game out there. I'm definitely next year focusing more on the production side. I've got all this. I got a fucking keyboard here. I got a machine sitting there that I need to wipe the dust off and stop fucking rapping all the time. So that's my goal next year, is to just use all of Kenny's drums and pretend I'm Kenny for a year. Maybe. All right. What's next? All right. I saw when I was browsing through. So Dez, I know you're a here's 80 shit. Whole album. Okay. Hold on. First let me open this somewhere where I don't forget it. Jesus. Okay. And then Dez, I know you are a Discord subscriber, but I saw you over here in the regular queue. And then Solitim, I may have missed it because the chat is just scrolling by. But okay, DDOGATM. Okay, gotcha. All right, let me find Dez first. Here he is. Most recent project, work in progress, mainly focused on lyrics, some pointers on quality. Merry Christmas. Okay. So let's check out Dez, and then after Dez, I will find the next in the sub queue, which is Fallen Dove. And then we have Noir, Ray Stans, and then we have Solitim, and I've got a lot of AD Rocky. So let me do it like this. Let me listen to one. Let's start out with some AD Rocky. Let's see what the hell he's got going on. I don't know what he's got going on, but let's find out. Let's find out as a family. And then we'll listen to Dez. All right. Let's see here. New album. All right, AD Rocky. Is that going to be the name of the album? The new album? Is there anything in particular we need to know about the new album before we listen to the new album? All right, guys. If you don't know AD Rocky, he gets very personal sometimes in his songs. So I don't know what we're gonna be in for, but let's see how we start out the night. Here's Forever Aspiring.
Brothers, sick and tired of dealing with these wannabe ass shitty rapping motherfuckers. The unity of brothers. Looking at these shitty rappers, daddy shoulda wore a motherfucking rubber. The unity of brothers. Sick and tired of dealing with these wannabe ass shitty rapping motherfuckers. The unity of brothers. Looking at these shitty rappers, daddy shoulda wore a motherfucking rubber.
Okay. That was Forever Aspiring by AD Rocky. I don't know if you mentioned who was the feature on that, but the second artist was AD Rocky. I know you said the mic quality sucks, but I think it's probably a combination of that and the mix. For the mix, you definitely have too much low end. If you drop out more of the low end, that can make your vocals stand out more on top of this kind of beat. And it's just kind of muffled overall. So I don't know. I think you said your plan was to get a new mic, so that'll probably help a little bit. But mixing wise, I would say the low end is definitely dragging you into the bass from the beat. So if you cut out some of that and you make some mid to high frequency space on the instrumental for your vocals, you can stand out a little bit more. I think the rapping was decent. The one thing that I'll say, if this is going to be your intro, it's a huge risk when you lead off your album with another artist, right? If this is AD Rocky, the new album, and the first person I hear is not AD Rocky, when you come on, it either going to create confusion or disappointment, because the first guy came in pretty strong, right? So he came in with a solid verse, but then you come in second. So you disrupt expectations from any new listener by not introducing yourself first. So I would caution you from leading off with somebody other than you to start off your album, especially for new listeners. As a track overall, I think this was decent. Like, both guys, you did your thing. Aside from the things I pointed out, I would give this a 6. It's not spectacular, but it's not a bad track. It's a good intro. I just think the things that I pointed out need to be touched up. No, that first person was not AD Rocky. Please check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, let's jump back over to the queue. Switch this back. Boom. All right. I said Dez was next because Dez is subscribed on the Discord. Let me find that again. Down, did I scroll past? All right, here he goes. All right, here's Dez's track. This is called Doom. All right. Good beat choice. I think a lot of the issues that I hear on this is the pacing. Like, you're not staying on the beat, and you're either ahead of the beat or falling behind it at a lot of points, mostly throughout it. So you just got to find that point of being relaxed in your delivery and hit those snares and hit those kicks. Like, I think that's the main thing that's missing here is you're missing the tempo altogether. You're getting out your lyrics, but the tempo's off. So take a breath, take a step back, repurpose yourself, and then try the delivery again. Lyrically, I think it was solid. If my co-hosts were here, I would know they would point out the F-bomb dropped, and not talking about the word fuck, but people are still sensitive about saying things if you're not a member of the community or you're saying it in a way that could be taken maliciously. So, be aware of your audience when you use words and how they might respond to it, how receptive people are of what you're saying, depending on the topic. Obviously this feels like a bar out track, so people may just take it as, oh, well, he's just using that word to mean something, and probably another word could be using. So it's a choice. Like some people, they rock with that. Their audience is cool with it, but just letting you know. But yeah, otherwise lyrically, I think it was okay. It's just the main thing that's throwing it off from a listening standpoint is just at the tempo. So, you know, I haven't used BandLab in a while, but I'm pretty sure I got it open on 80 Rockies tab, but I'm not logged in. Pretty sure they have a metronome in there. I would advise turning on the metronome, and when you're recording, you know, try to hit your lines along with the metronome. So you can also count. So dot, 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 whatever the tempo is, try to find that tempo and make sure that you're hitting your lines on the tempo. And I think if you rework this one with the way that your delivery is and with this verse, I think it'll be a solid little track. So, but where it's at right now, give it a 4.5. Mainly just because of tempo. If the tempo was on point and I could make out the lyrics a little bit better, I'd definitely give this like 6.5. It's a nice little short joint. Other thing is, I would recommend, if you only have one verse on a track, but you got a beat that's like 5 minutes long, snip off the end of that beat, fade it out or something. You don't have to leave, you know, 2 minutes of beat in there if you only got one verse. So tailor the things for your audience if that's if it's something that you're showing around and you say, hey, can I get your opinion on this? Because otherwise people will think that you don't really know what you're doing, you know, mixing wise. Not saying that you have to be the best mixer, but at least like showing demos around. Whenever people see like an extra 2 minutes of beat at the end, they feel like, well, maybe the guy didn't even finish the song. Why am I getting this? So perceptions matter on those first impressions. But yeah, good stuff, Des. All right. Yeah, or you can get a feature. You don't know what you're doing. Hey, that's okay, man. Starting out, you don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to be an expert in everything, and it's perfectly fine to reach out to people and use your connections. Like the music industry is heavily dependent upon connections. So ask people questions. That's what people are for, I think, maybe, possibly. All right, let me see what's next. Jump back over here. All right, I'm gonna play Fallen Doves, and then we'll do another AD Rocky. I gotta find that other track, and then we'll figure it out. I think we're making good progress. I haven't fucked up yet. Knock on wood. All right, here is the Fallen Dove. Check the thread. Oh God. Mix beat. Dead by Dawn. What am I checking the thread for? How many tracks did you post? Is this a spreadsheet? What is the spreadsheet for, Fallen Dove? Please help. All right, but first we're gonna listen to Why Me. I'm gonna review on the sheet. I'll give the spreadsheet a 4 out of 5. There's no drop downs. Three out of 5. Is this just an instrumental? was a beat called By Me by The Fallen Dove. There's a lot of emptiness in this one. It's missing some elements that would make me feel engaged with it. Like it just feels like it's missing a lot of sounds. And then when you transition to the reverse drums, it was not very clean. Like it had a crackle in it. And then it just didn't transition very smoothly at all. It was a little bit better when you transition back, but definitely like the stop, reverse everything, it didn't work for me. It was just too sudden and nothing really made sense sonically for you to do that. Let's see, because you had hi-hats. The hi-hats were just low. You had a clap. I don't know what it is. The melody, I think like Spooky said, the melody just didn't bring everything together. That was Solitum. The melody didn't like combine everything. It just felt like it was just a bunch of sounds playing at the same time on the same tempo, but they didn't really do anything to boost or heighten each other. I would give this a 2. I didn't like this one. All right. We'll get back to you another one. So for anybody who doesn't know, Fallen Dove is subscribed on Twitch and YouTube just so that they get the benefit of forcing us to listen to multiple songs. Meanwhile, let's jump back over to AD Rocky, who has tipped $50 for us to listen to his 10-song project. Let's get into track number 2. This is called Hip Hop is Dying.
Hip-hop is dead as a fucking bitch, it sucks, I know. All these ugly chicks rap about is they asshole. And all these dudes seem to rap about is they gun blow. And on enemies, please just go shut your trap, bro. You see the issue is too many people trying to rap when they can't write, all they got is a rhythm and a fat beats to back 'em up, smack 'em up with that brother Ash. Can do, I've had enough watching my genre in the trash. It's turned to dirty ass country music stereotypes, including shooting, misogyny, and very slow guys. And staying high and laying poppin' money, pay the price. They dumb it down, won't come around to hear you break the mic. Everything's trap, ain't nothing that original and tight. We got a spice and young boy just raw wave can make it right. Everybody rap about having a challenger. Then there's little Sims, ain't no female can challenge her. Already made your money. No one wants to break the game and destroy the fucking. The way it's going, rap will die around 2030. Peggy had the will, then we may be doing something, yeah. Already made your money. No one wants to break the game and destroy the fucking. The way it's going, rap will die around 2030. Peggy had the will, then we may be doing something, yeah. NBA on boy has influenced, it's underrated, overpaid and overrated, overplayed, it's overhated. Education and just wasting life away when you can make it something great. It's tragic, hate it, bash it, change it, slash it, rape it. Have to make it back to greatness. 1 foot in the light and 1 foot in your crappy playlist. These curly headed net gangsters, I wanna go and break them. Music that you're making has influenced all these races, abusing drugs and taking them and using all these women. They thinking that is what it's like to be black. I can't say shit, cause I'll never know. But if that's it, then just say it. And if it isn't, take a fucking stand, we gotta change it. Kick the Drakes, NBAs, and all the fakes out the dang rapping game. If y'all can't take knowledge, dang, y'all is slow. And yes, I hate all these gays trying to place rap in the grave. Already made your money. Now it wants to break the game and destroy it fucking. The way it's going, rap or die around 2030. Peggy had the will, then we may be doing something, yeah. Already made your money. Now it wants to break the game and destroy it fucking. The way it's going, rap or die around 2030. Peggy had the will, then we may be doing something, yeah.
All right, that was A.D. Rocky with Hip Hop is Dying, track number 2 on his new album that we are listening to in between other songs tonight, because he tipped us for that. Yeah, I was gonna ask, what do you mean by all these gays? Because I would have the same feedback that I would say to Dez in his track, and then that we frequently say to the Fallen Dub is like, when you use comments that call out a particular group, you're drawing attention to yourself, and I don't know that it's going to be positive attention, because it's like, it's shock statements, right? When people don't know who you are and you say something like that, basically you're saying it for shock value, like versus somebody who's, I'm not saying that you were disengaged. I'm just saying, like, in general, like if Eminem said that same thing, people would chalk it up. Okay, is this Eminem? He's calling out something because something happened. If you're an unknown artist and you say, you know, something about a particular group using a word that isn't commonly just thrown around in everyday sentences, you have the eye of people who think that you're talking shit that you shouldn't be talking. So that's all I'm saying is, like, you younger artists, be aware of that. Like when you use those kind of words, or even if you're not a young artist, you could be in your 40s, and if you don't have an audience and you start saying stuff like that, people are going to take it the wrong way, whether you mean it that way or not. So just a word of advice. As far as the track, that's you on the hook. And I would say that all the issues that we've heard, like with you kind of like using your voice in the way that you rap and your style, like if you could use that same tone on the hook in just your normal verses that you rap, I think it would like elevate the variety in your tracks, because with your voice and the fact that you deliver at such a high cadence in every single verse, you need some more variety. Something like if the mixing isn't going to be top notch, you need something in the delivery that switches it up, whether you know how to rap it real slow or a moment and then speed it back up, or get real high real quick. Like you got to have something that, like, you got to have more tools in your toolbox. And right now all I hear is da 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 da. That's how your verses sound every single time. But this hook is the first time I've heard you use some other tone in your voice box that isn't the same rapping cadence. So if you can tap into that and use that more on your verses, I think that your tracks would probably start to sound a little bit, you know, with more variety, and like people would be a little bit more receptive and like pay attention more. So I like this track. It feels a little bit wordy at times. Like I think you can just I think you have a tendency to like go too deep into the weeds. So if you can simplify some things and then keep that hook and make that hook mix sound a little bit better, I would like this track more. I give this track a 6.5. I think. Yeah. I'm good with 6.5. All right. Let's jump back to the queue. Solitim just subscribed, but you got to link your Twitch on Discord to get access to the sub channel. But I did find you. Where is it? At the top here. Here it is. All right. This is going to be Royal Flush. So this is Sully featuring Benji. Hit this check box here. Boom. Sully, how long you been making music? Let us know where you're from.
I'm
7 months.
Putting my shit on red, but my pockets green. When the streets like rivers, falling into my jeans. I'm finna back it up and cash it out and make a bag. We finna rack it up. She turns around, but I just told her, bitch, don't trust me. I don't want no trouble. I'm just cash money, cash money, cash money. Bling, lady looks my dealer, and I'm cashing the favors, man. Lady looks my dealer, and I'm making all the babies. You got a straight face, but I'm calling your bluff. Full blaze, you're starting to blush. 5K, I'm having a rush. You wanna cat like royal flush. Straight face, but I'm calling your bluff. Full blaze, you're starting to blush. 5K, I'm having a rush. You wanna cat like royal flush.
Royal flush gonna match that bet. Sully and Ben's gonna make them check. Play the cards right, I don't break no sweat. Better start folding cause here comes a threat. Ace of diamonds, king of the jungle, feel like the lions. My bitch a queen and my bitch a dime. Yeah, don't want your jack, I don't want no alliance. Listen again, that is 4 in a row. Why you still playing 1 ages ago? Got a strong hand, but we taking it slow. Where's your money? I took it. Hello, up, down, side to side. Don't mind the pride, but I'm on if you wide. Think that I'm bluffing? Think that I lie? I come in cold, a full house, I
You got
provide.
a straight face, but I'm calling your bluff. Full blaze, you're starting to blush. 5K, I'm having a rush. You wanna cat like royal flush. Straight face, but I'm calling your bluff. Full blaze, you're starting to blush. 5K, I'm having a rush. You wanna cat like royal flush.
Hey. All right, that was Sully with Royal Flush featuring Benji. That was a good track, man. I like that. 7 months, that's not bad. I think you have a good approach to this track. So there's a couple things that I would say that would, oh shit, put that right in my face. That would make this a little bit more stand out. So number one, you got a solid hook there. I think I heard a few layers on the hook, but one thing that you can do with that hook, easy thing to do when you're starting out making music, record 3 takes for your hook. 1 is going to be your lead. 2 are going to be panned left and right. How far you pan them, totally up to you sonically, how you want to hear it. You can do anywhere from like 35%, you can do 100%, but pan 2 takes left and right, and then lower those probably about 8 to 10 decibels, depends on your, mixing and all that other stuff. But find like a good little lower range that you hit them into, and it'll give your hook a little bit more depth and sound when people are listening to it. Because when I listen to it now, it just sounds like one take, and there's mouth noises and there's breaths in it. But I would say if you can give that hook some more body and like pan it out, it would definitely fill out the ears, especially if you're listening in headphones. The other thing, as far as the verses, your verses were solid. I think you have the right approach on this. The only thing that I would say to like work on is if you re-record this, which I would recommend, is like just finding another more level of comfort with it. Like if this is your first pass at it, good job. Like you have a demo that you can go back and you can listen to and say, okay, I can be a little bit more relaxed when I say this word here. Like I think that's all that it's missing, is a little bit more personality into it. I think you got the right delivery, the right style. Everything is on point. It just needs a little bit more like relaxed chillness. Like, really just got to like level it out, if that makes sense. And the feature is solid too. The feature didn't like outshine you, didn't like ruin the track. So I think everything kind of just blended well. And now it's just a matter of putting that personal spin on the track and then getting the mix to a point to where it highlights all of the good things that you guys did on this track. So I think this is solid. I would give this a 7. Good shit.
Gang, 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 gang.
Convinced you, bro, just so you can get features. That's a cheat code. Don't have to pay for features. I'm not mad at that. All right. What's next? Let's see. Noir. Okay. Shout out Noir. Mr. Canada. I wonder who would be voted Mr. Canada on our server. Would it be Noir? Would it be Augie? Would it be the transplant dog tags? Who would be Mr. Canada? All right, here's Noir's beat. This is called For Better or For Worse. Gotta be Augie. Sounds like hate from you. Don't hate yourself, man. You can be Mr. Canada too. Shout out Germany. Hey, I like those drums. Hey, Noir. See, you've been practicing. That was good there. You got your work cut out for you, boy. And the change up. Right. Shout out to Noir. This was called For Better or For Worse. For those of you that are new to our Discord, we are also having a 2024 awards. We had some people nominated. Noir and Kenny are in the running for Producer of the Year. So we've heard a couple beats from them tonight. Might want to go check out their catalogs and cast some votes. Shout out Noir. I like this. It was this is what I was trying to express earlier, that I don't know that I quite eloquently said it, but like Kenny's got that consistent, smooth, soulful sound, and Noir has like a smooth, soulful, abstract sound where sometimes his drums don't hit as hard, but they definitely like fit into the beat. In this case, he has hard hitting drums and the soulful sound, but it's a little bit more abstract than Kenny's approach, was like, I'm going to hit you right out the gate with like tight melodies and hard hitting drums. So like they both do a great job at what they do. And I kind of bounce back and forth. I'm excited for y'all to hear my album that's going to drop in a month, because I got, I think, 4 beats from both of these gentlemen and kind of just balances out. I don't know. As far as this beat, I like the sample. The sample doesn't overpower the melodies. The drums are tuned finely, and you hit the build-ups and the drop downs at the right moments. Good change up, and it transitions well. Fallen Dove, this is what I mean. Like when you had that transition and it kind of just reversed everything, like you got to have like something that makes sense there. You can't just like stop gap and then say, I'm going to change everything. Like sonically, it has to make some sort of sense. Otherwise, you leave the artist a little bit confused over what they would do there. In my case, if I was working on a beat and I liked part of it, but the rest didn't make sense, I would just cut out the rest of it and I would just, chop up the pieces that I want. But not everybody's going to do that. Some people might listen to it and say, well, this transition at the end doesn't work. And they would just trash the whole beat. They would just say, well, I can't use this beat. So you got different levels of artists out there, but this is a good example of like, giving the artist something that they can craft a story to from start to finish and then figure out how they want that story to be expressed over the beat. I would give this give it an 8.5. I'm there. I can dig it. All right. Let's see what we got left. Savant has shown his face. Savant, Merry Christmas, man. How are you doing? A minute long? Okay. All right. Let's see. We got Ray Stans, and then we have a lot of AD Rocky still to get through. So, and then I have another Fallen Dove. Let's do Fallen Dove's next track. No, wait. Let's do AD Rocky, then Fallen Dove. Trying to make sure I alternate enough of this AD Rocky stuff in here because we got 8 more of these to go. So let's listen to the third track. I'll just keep saying this, so forgive me if I sound like a broken record for those of you that have been hanging out, but AD Rocky tipped $50 for us to listen to his project, so we're just working it in there. This next one is called Issue. AD Rocky plus one other. Who is this one other? L.A. Wood? Pause. Here's Issue by AD Rocky. Oh, wait. Y'all can't hear it. Shit, my bad. I forgot to switch this. Thank you. I'm trying. All right, let me start it over.
You're white trash, but that is my past. So therefore need to get that flash. Think of sweet, get to shooting at your corrupt judging CPS. Take it all, we even be burning us trash. Prejudice, you're poor and if your skin shines black. And if you are, you're white trash, but that is my past. So they think I'm ghetto, so all my friends are black. I stand with y'all, my race motherfucking ditch my ass. Cause my fam was bad, and that made this brick white trash. I call it how I see it, my wish to never be it. But that's how they see me here, sick of people trying to get my ass. They try to take away my pride. I got an issue. I can take what I took at the age of 5. I got an issue. These pussies triggered hate cause God. I got an issue. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. I got a tissue. They tried to take away my pride. I got an issue. I can take what I took at the age of 5. I got an issue. These pussies triggered hate cause God. I got an issue. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. I got a tissue. If y'all bitches wanna not stop it and pop garbage about how y'all good and cock blocking, me stop talking to who does not got shit. I'll show you what y'all wish I was. Happy God dog shit. Now I'm slinging it back. Hurt me some more. God's got him cause he bees at his max. It won't do shit, does not got shit. Y'all acting like a brat. I'm in the birds, it's not got the myth. I'm seeing the crap. They hate us slinging my crack. Cause I'm going to my damn ceremony at night. I've been a phony, yo. Right, y'all hear the moaning cause I'm sacrificing him to Satan, pissing hoes be inside. I done killed that Sulab Jason, time to clone him, alright. Nursing hoes and flames is God, with some bones of them gods. And foster hoes we is drive, then buses over the side. Yeah, you got it right, I am post so I might not even know how to talk either. Sarcasm, no bitch, die. They try to take away my pride. I got an issue. I can take what I took at the age of 5. I got an issue. These pussies triggered hate cause God. I got an issue. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. I got a tissue. They try to take away my pride. I got an issue. I can take what I took at the age of 5. I got an issue. These pussies triggered hate cause God. I got an issue. Y'all gon' hate just cause I'm in a trailer cry. I got a tissue.
All right, that was Issue about stuff that AD Rocky is explaining on the YouTube chat. But I like this track. I like the I like the vibe of it. Let me start there. The first verse started out really good. I was really into the first verse when it started out, and then it kind of like you started saying some stuff that I couldn't quite understand. I rewinded at one point because I couldn't quite make out what you were saying. And I feel like in the second verse, you kind of lost me there. It got a little bit too detailed, like too in the weeds. Overall, I would say this is one of those songs where you're giving it like 200% energy, and I probably only need like 80% energy. Like if you just said this in like a regular talking, like angry voice, you know, like, I don't know, what's a good example? Somebody help me out. The energy is too high on the delivery, and I feel like it should just be more frustrated and in a stern, like, let me tell you guys some shit and get it off my chest manner. But it sounds like you're just like full on yelling the whole two verses. I think the hook is fine. Maybe like some slight tweaks to the mixing would help it like be a little bit better. But I just wish you dialed it back on the delivery of the verses a whole lot. And then like lyrically, I'm starting to notice that there's some times when you just like include extra words that it makes the sentence complete, but it doesn't help your flow out. So like you're adding in like words like the, of, you know, modifiers to complete the sentence. And this is hip hop. You don't need to talk in complete sentences for us to get the point. So I think you can like shortcut some of the things which will streamline your flow. And it makes you, I think that's part of the reason that it makes you feel like you have to like put out such high energy, is because you got a lot of words that you got to like deliver in each line. And if you can like modify it and like streamline and like trim some of the fat, you can relax on your flow a little bit, and it'll be a little bit more cohesive and feel better. So yeah, I would agree, Fallen Dove. Like there's some tracks where Eminem, he's just like straight up talking to you, but you can tell like it's in an aggressive manner. I think you need to just like figure out what is your talking voice that you can still like deliver your lyrics in. I think that would help this track out immensely. That said, you know, even though I don't know what the fuck you were talking about on the second verse, even though you kind of summarized it, I still like the sound of this track enough that I would give this a 7. Like, I feel like this is probably one of your better tracks that you have overall. It just needs work on the delivery. And then maybe I'll actually understand, you know, shit you're saying. All right. Let's get back to the queue. Make sure I switch it so that Kenny doesn't give me any more L's. I don't need any more L's on my record. Let's listen to the Fallen Dove second track. This is called A Break in Reality. I'm going to just say this just to start out with, is the melody sounds a little bit too simplistic with those hi-hats. Whatever that ending sound is, that chant that you have at the end, is made too well. got it on this one. So I'm not gonna shit on the arrangement or anything. I think it's fine the way it is. Other than that, like closing line sound that you have, it sounds like a chant. It's that needs to be turned up. It should be audible. I should be able to hear it. I think we say a lot of times, can I play the intro? God damn it. No, definitely wasn't worth it. If that's your favorite part, if your favorite part is the last 20 seconds of the beat, then you're doing the arrangement wrong. If your favorite part is at the end, you need to put that somewhere in the middle as a breakdown, as a bridge. Like you can't say my favorite part is at the end of it. Like why would I sit here and listen to 2 minutes and 20 seconds and then your favorite part comes on? If that's your favorite part, it should be the most prominent part of your beat. Move it up somewhere, make it like a bridge, make it the intro, make it like the closing of the verses. Do something with it where everybody knows, you know what, he really showed his ass on this part. What I was going to say before is I know that like sometimes in the past we've said like, oh, this would be good as video game music, or this would be good, you know, as background music for something, yada yada yada, but we don't necessarily say like how to accomplish that. I can't hear this as like an artist record. Like I can't imagine somebody like necessarily singing on it, rapping on it. I could hear it used for like background music of other stuff. So I think one of the things that I would suggest that you look into is there's a service that I use called Taxi where they do like sync libraries and sync placements. It is expensive though. It's like a $300 a year membership, and it's like $5 per song that you submit to whatever postings get submitted. I wouldn't quite say go this route yet. There are some other free sync services. I'd have to look up the names of them. I would also suggest looking up like independent video game makers. Like if this is the style of beats that you can produce, you might find a pathway to like somebody just using it as like open source material or just background music on independent releases. So rather than just saying this sounds good as video game music, like look into those things. So I would give this a 5. It's not a bad beat, but I don't know quite how to place it based on what I'm hearing, if that makes sense. All right. Looks like we got a skipper. Robbie Mack. Get you queued up here. But shout out to the Fallen Dove. Thank you for sharing your beats with us. All right. Let me find this track. How's everybody's Christmas? What was the best thing that y'all got for Christmas this year? Enlighten me. While I find Robbie Mack's track. Or Robbie, what's your Discord name? And where did you post this track? A new PC? Oh. What's the specs on that? Cart hard gear. Okay, you dropped it somewhere. All right, let's find it. Oh, I see it. It's in the lounge. Okay. Here, let me grab that sucker here. Do. $30.60. Okay, that's good. Get you going. There was some pretty good PC sales. I got a new laptop for like $1,000, and it was supposed to be like $4,000. And I think Rogue just got a laptop for about 400 pounds, and it was supposed to be about 3,000 pounds in the UK. No, the lounge is just for general chitter chatter. I'm gonna tag you in the feedback queue just for future purposes, but I got you either way. All right, we got a tip from Robbie Mack. So that's what we're going to listen to next. This is called One More Round. Thank you for joining us. Shout out Robbie Mack. Robbie Mack with One More Round.
Gang, 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 gang.
That was dope. What would you classify that as, Robbie? Would you call that country? Would you call it country pop? What would you call your genre for your own track without me looking on SoundCloud to see? I thought that was good. I thought it was mixed well. Good arrangement, good vibe, good energy. Definitely good presence. You definitely know how to balance between the verses and the hook, but also like bring the energy where it's needed in the hook. The beat had the build up to where it was needed. I thought this was dope. It was a nice listen. How long have you been making music? Between hip hop and country as of lately? I think that's fair. I think it's like a hip hop country track. More so, I would say this was more so on the countryside with the hip hop elements, but you know, I could see people going either way depending on how they want to, you know, get it on whoever's radar, whether it be radio or whatever. I would definitely say lean into those pop lanes, right? Because pop opens you up to so many more things, and as opposed to hip hop, which there's so many unwritten stupid rules in hip hop that all these rappers want you to adhere to. Country is pretty closed off. So I would say if you can like call yourself a pop artist who does country things or hip hop things super well, a la like a Doja Cat or maybe even like a Beyonce. Not saying that you're like a female artist, but I'm saying somebody who probably is a pop artist at their core, but they can do other things so well that it doesn't really matter what you call them. I think that would open up you to a lot of different avenues. I thought this was a great track. I would give it a solid 8.5. I don't know if you have a cover art for it, but this cover art is kind of creepy. It doesn't necessarily give me the same vibes as the song itself. So maybe if the cover art was a little bit more poppy, I'd give you a 9. But that was dope. I like that a lot. Good shit. Yeah, I can definitely hear this pitch on syncing placements, like I was saying. As a matter of fact, I think last week on Taxi, I saw a posting for like hip hop country songs. So I'm not sure if you're a member of Taxi, but like I was saying before, it is on the expensive side, but it is probably the most popular sync service. And just again, it's $300 a year membership and then $5 per song submission. But they do have great opportunities. Like I think that I saw yesterday they posted like one placement is like $5,000 or $6,000 if you get just that one placement. So it's definitely not a lot of hip hop people on there. More so like composition and, you know, pop stuff. But I think it's worth it if you are a person who can uniquely tune some sounds to the different postings. So, you know, the 300 may seem steep, but I feel like if you're treating this as a serious thing where you're like out here trying to get in the know, it's worth it. And also they have a yearly convention that I plan on attending next year where you can kind of go in person and get your tracks into some people's hands. Yeah, for sure. You can send another skip. October 2023. Damn. So a little bit over a year. That's good then. All right. While you queue up your next skip, let's jump back over to let's do one of A.D. Rocky's because he's got a shitload that he paid for skips for. Let me switch this so that I don't get an L. The next one from A.D. Rocky, this is called Skyman's Song. Ah, oh, thank God, something short, A.D. Rocky.
My mama told me that I was different the moment I was invented. It's strange, baby, no, I'm not ashamed. Ugly but still pulling any women I want. Pills in the kitchen. It's strange, baby, they loving my ways. Except for my motherfucking lady, she steady driving me crazy. It's K, baby, I love you, she says. They're making comments about how I'm short and I'm looking 15. I swore it would change, baby, no, I cannot say that I'm the biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. I don't need your judgment, you ain't got your big bitch. I remember back when we were kids, I miss it. But now your pussy, where she got you and I get it. You had a kid with her, though she looks like some men did. She got the fakest personality, you won't allow to see how she cheated on you and you stay, that's how it be. With your mom and me, we know that while you counting sheep. She getting pop by freaks like her ex, boy, you cowardly. What the fuck had happened to your brother? Remember we were small and I was clapping for your brother. But now the pussy got you neutered, happy for your brother. You charge yourself, you damn yourself, I can't adore your brother. Let this be a lesson to your peasants. You choose the wrong one, then they gonna take away your blessings. Me and my lady from verse 1 and when it made it better. I simply had to write about it, throw away and better. That I'm the biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. The biggest fan of shindigs and the shit that's sad. If you think that I'm ugly, then I'm sad to say that we can never save it. And Kaylee cleared up that misconception that I thought that she thought that I was ugly. And I know for a fact that she wouldn't cheat on me either, so I already got a one up on you, Scott, man. I don't gotta be a cook. Thank you, I'm out.
Seem like some harsh words for a gentleman named Skyman there at the end. I'm assuming Kaylee is your woman of choice. Maybe. I like that song. I think this is what I was talking about with your previous track, where I said that if you can kind of like show a different kind of cadence in your delivery, it would go a long way. Because this felt more relaxed, and it felt like rather than you like just screaming at the top of your lungs, you were just like focused on delivering. And I don't think up until the outro you got too deep in the weeds where I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. I think this was an enjoyable track. I like this one. I'll give this one a 7.5. I think this was probably the standout song so far because it felt relaxed. You felt in the pocket. And it didn't feel like forced, and it didn't feel overly like detailed about some stuff that I have no clue about up until you started talking about Kaylee and Skyman, whoever the hell that is. I'm half curious to know who Skyman is, but I also think I shouldn't ask. So in the meantime, let's switch back over because Robbie Mack just gave us another tip. Shout out Robbie Mack. We started out with a country pop song. This one is called Train to Georgia. Okay. All right, Robbie Mack, let's see what you got here. All right, that was Robbie Mack with Train to Georgia. What did y'all think about that? I thought that was cool. I was a little bit like Ray when I saw 5 minutes and 5 seconds. I was kind of worried if this would get a little bit too long and too heavy on the ears, but I think it was a good listen from start to finish, and I didn't feel worn out from it. It does still feel long, but it wasn't long in a way that I was like, I can't make it through this one. Yeah, I think the front was a little bit slow, but once you got into it, it definitely like it kept the momentum enough where it didn't feel like, okay, you need to shorten this out. It could be shorter, but I don't think it's like bad where it's at. The only thing that I would say, I feel like you have the vocal range and the vocal ability that I don't feel like the pitch correction is really needed. the way that you were using it, or maybe you could just turn down the retune speed so that it doesn't kick in as much. I feel like we need more singers who just use their raw, authentic talent and, just show that you got the chops to hang in there. And I think that, although it doesn't detract from the quality of the song, I think that you do a good job just like singing the song itself. And I could just hear this in like just regular vocals and still like enjoy it. So, if you find some space where you can cut out maybe like 30 to 40 seconds, maybe even a minute and a half, I think that would go a long way to getting this into more listeners' ears. But other than that, I think it's a great, great song. So like length aside and, retune aside, I would give this a good 8. Good 8. The only reason that I detract from the length is just because right now it's hard to get people to sit through beyond like 3 minutes. Like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes is kind of the sweet spot for long songs these days. But yeah, definitely if you do a radio edit, if you can trim the fat down and get it down to there, I think more people would pay attention to it and gravitate to it for, whatever uses. Good shit. All right, we got Indoor Parade who tipped, and then after that we got Spooky that tipped. Shout out to everybody hanging with us on Christmas. Merry Christmas. If it is no longer Christmas where you're at, I think somebody said they're in Germany. Happy almost New Year. All right, here's Indoor Parade. This is called Love Has Limits featuring Alyssa Jane. Let us know how long you've been making music, where you're from, anything that you want to let us know about this while I press play.
All my friends are out again with the lovers, and here I am inside thinking I'ma find another. I know I'm not over you, but I think things have gotta change. So I open up my phone to a new boy, I'm talking late. He kinda looks like you, doesn't he? My fault, my bad, I was hoping maybe we had chemistry. Kinda talks like you, but honestly, it's not that bad. He's not that bad. Step back, about to blow up in my face. Watch out, I'm always on a mission for heartbreak. Came down from the high that I was sitting on with you. Now I'm the lowest that I've been. Something for all the tricks to use. What is wrong with me? Please let me be. I swear guys like this just take control of me. I was walking home and this boy pulled up, said, do you need a ride? Of course I'm thinking he could kill me if I only got inside. But that's the kind of boy I dream about. The ones that wrong my rights, the ones that pick the fights. I'm holding on for dear life. He kinda looks like you, doesn't he? My fault, my bad, I was hoping maybe we had chemistry. And when it all comes loose, you can blame me. It's not that bad. He's not that bad. Step back, about to blow up in my face. Watch out, I'm always on a mission for heartbreak. Came down from the high that I was sitting on with you. Now I'm the lowest that I've been. Something for all the tricks to use. What is wrong with me? Please let me be. I swear guys like this just take control of me. La 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 la.
Gang, 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 gang.
Red Flags. So what did you do on this track? Are you the producer, the engineer? What was your contribution? I'm assuming Alyssa Jane is the young lady singing from start to finish. That was fire. That was dope. I like that a lot. That it had all the elements of a good quality track from just a general listening perspective. The mix was tight. The vocals were on point. Lyrically, it wasn't too overwhelming. Produced and co-wrote it. Yeah, I think everything was on point with that. I think maybe there were some parts where, you know, I think with the megaphone effect, you know, it just, of course, obviously sounded a little bit muffled, but I don't think it was like detracting away. I think one thing that I've heard, especially from people overseas, is for that video in particular, if you have, you know, clear subtitles from start to finish. I know there were subtitles in like certain parts, but like clear subtitles, I think you kind of like bystep anybody not understanding any words, but it's still a dope track. Yeah, that was hard. AWOL, what is up, man? Merry Christmas to you wherever in the world you are. If you are back in California or still in Japan, either or. But yeah, Red Flags, that was dope. Alyssa Jane, dope singer. And this is kind of what I was talking about. If Robbie Mack is still in the chat, like I didn't, even if they did use like retuning on it, it's not like so obvious that you're like, oh, I can hear like the pitch correction here. Like I hear her raw talent, I hear her raw vocals, and it's solid and I like it. I'm not saying, oh, she's off key or anything. And I just like it, that natural sound. I think we need a whole lot more of that. And I would love to hear more of Alyssa Jane's stuff. So Indoor Parade, if you can keep us posted when this actually releases, I think there would be a bunch of people on the Discord that would be instant fans. That was fire. I'll give it a 9. Maybe 9.5. Am I being a Grinch, Ray? I don't give 10s. I'll give it a 9. I think I've given like 2 10s. Maybe. That's being generous. I like this a lot, though. Shout out to Alyssa Jane. Shout out to Red Flags. Yeah, man. I hope you guys come back to the Discord and share more of that stuff. Whatever else that you have unreleased and in progress or released. Shit, if you got released stuff, I'll listen to that after the show. Dope. All right. Who else tipped? Spooky. All right, Spooky. Let's see. Did you post? So which one am I listening to, Spooky? Because you posted a few. I have Joints Burn Hole in my what? Oh my God, that is a long title. Play Burns Holes. Okay. All right. Let me grab this. And then after this, we'll get back to AD Rocky's Big Tipper. Oh, hey, yeah. Merry Christmas from AWOL. If there's somebody who would like a subscription, AWOL is a very generous person. We appreciate him a lot. Try to take care of him. AWOL, DM me your address. I owe you. I meant to message you, but then I saw you were going to Japan. I was going to send you some merch for all of your contributions this year. I forgot to note your address when you sent me that watch. Send me your address. All right. What the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, Spooky. Copy message link. No. Hold on. Let me get this queued up because Spotify does weird things. Don't break my stream. All right. All right. This is from Spooky Made It. This is called I Have 4 Joint Burn Holes in My Linoleum Floor, and I Still Don't Think I Have a Problem. What is this about, Spooky? All right. Let's take a listen.
I've got 4 joint burn holes in my linoleum floor. Linoleum floor. I don't think I have a problem, I just don't care anymore. You don't call anymore. So I'm tripping over things you said on my way out the door. Way out the door. Oh, I've been 'cause it's been my ass on the curb. Oh, I can't say for sure, but you don't call me anymore. It's been so many nights, I could never find the words. I can't see the light, I can't look me in the eyes anymore.
All right, that was I have 4 joint burn holes in my linoleum floor, and I still don't think I have a problem by Spooky Made It. I thought that was cool. That was different. You know, it's not like the normal kind of stuff that we routinely get, even from like this genre of music. Like it's abstract, but it's like a complete thought, is how I would put it. And looking at the title, it's weird, but then once you hear it, it makes sense. And I could see this working well with like a quirky little video, you know, if you can manage that to kind of go alongside of it. I see that you have like a little canvas that's playing in the background. Like, I think we have a few people on our Discord who kind of make these like little abstract thought kind of songs. Oh yeah, there's a vid. Yeah, definitely. I'll check out the vid after the show. I like this. It works for what it is, right? You know, it's not trying to be like something that it's not. It's even reading the title, you get where he's going with it, and then once you hear it, it makes sense. I think the only thing that I would say is like at times, like the quality of the vocals seems a little bit. I wish they were a little bit more clear, but at the same time, it works for what it is. I would give this a solid 7. Like, I guess where would you play this at, Spooky? Is it like an interlude in a project, or are you treating this like a single and you're just kind of like, you know, one-off video, shopping it around that way? Like, if it's just like a one-off single, I would give it a 7.5. If it's an interlude, I give it a 7, just because I would want to hear like what comes before and what after. Okay, single, yeah. I'd watch the video. Maybe I give it an 8 with the video, but as like a just straight listening piece, I give it a 7.5. I think it works for what it is. You know, it's quirky little like fun non-think piece is what I would say. Play as the last song of your shows. That definitely absolutely makes sense. I like this a lot. I respect it. What up, Chris Whitty? I think that's who I saw. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Chris Whitty. Welcome to the show. Give me flowers. Because I'm by myself. Bird is off drunk somewhere. Nikki is off doing something. I don't know what. But I hope they're having a good Christmas. All right. Let me get my ducks in a row. I saw AWOL. Shout out to AWOL, who gifted some subs. I saw Ray Stans gifted a sub so that he could skip ahead. Let me find Ray Stans' stuff somewhere here. All right. Ray Stans gifted a sub. Got a track called Mystery Cover. After that, Kenny has another one. Kenny, is that for next week? Did you give something too? I thought I saw. Hold on. For some reason, Streamlabs is not reporting out the gifts, so I have to look back on Twitch. Yeah, Kenny gave out a sub. All right, so we got Ray, then we got Kenny, then we got to get back to AD Rocky, who tipped $50 at the start of the show, and then we got Savant, and then we get back to the free queue. All right. Everybody good? We ready for the next track? Here's Ray Stans with Mystery Cover. Hold on.
This is why they Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. This is why they broke and you're so paid.
This is why they broke and you're so paid. I don't think that's the what did you do there at the end? All right. That was Ray Stans. You did miss a word in the verse. You didn't say Biggie and Puff. You just said Biggie and then you just like spaced out. I know the notorious Puff Daddy is under some legal troubles here, but come on now. Are we going to erase all of his contributions to hip hop for the last 40 years? It just doesn't exist anymore? Huh? Okay. So Ray, let me ask you this, because for those of you who haven't seen some of our previous shows, like usually with new artists starting out, I tell them, hey, if you want to figure out how to get better at flowing and get better at like timing and delivery, take a song that you're, a classic song, a favorite song of yours, find the beat and see if you can recreate it. So I know Ray's been making music, less than 2 years. He's still like getting into his own groove sometimes. Ray, how did you feel after you recorded this? Like, does this open up any, thoughts or pathways for you as an individual artist when you approach your next track that isn't somebody else's? Like, did you feel like you noticed things about how Biggie delivered his verse that maybe you might try differently on your verse? Because that's the whole point of the exercise is like, I'm not saying be somebody else, be another artist, but I'm saying like, if you know a song that like sounds really good to you and you can recreate that song, it's just, it changes how you approach your songs. Like when I tell A.D. Rocky, like you got too many words in there. Like, that's why I replayed the end of this. I'm like, hey Ray, you just said something that was totally different than the original hook. Why did you add words in there? Like, cause it doesn't flow when you say this is something, something, something. It flows better when they did it originally. So I say recreate these songs because it'll like clue you in on like writing things, delivery things, wording, like pronunciation, like all those different elements that we hear in songs that we just, know off of the top of our heads, and we go back and we sing like it's just nothing. But then you go and you create your own song, and you don't think of those things quite often. So hopefully this was a good exercise. As a standalone like homage piece, I would give this a 7 points off for not saying Puff and butchering the hook. I would say if you just like use the original hook and don't even try to sing it yourself, I would give you a point for that. Sorry, the dog cannot open the door itself. You had it at 5. You had your own like recording at a 5. I think it's good. Like you were on beat and you were like on cadence with everything. I think you hit like all the marks like stylistically. Of course, it sounded like the Caucasian version of the song, but still did its thing. Right? Y'all agree? No? All right, whatever. Next up, Kenny. What is this, Kenny? Peace of Mind. Kenny made a banger. All right, after this, we'll get back to A.D. Rocky, then we'll do All Savant, then we'll go into the free queue. This is Kenny made a banger. This is called Peace of Mind, work in progress. Let's see what he's got. Reading Rainbow? Butterflies in the sky. I can put twice high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Right, that was Peace of Mind by Kenny Made a Banga. Something different is definitely right. This is not something that I would typically expect from Kenny, but I think it's awesome. I think he did a good job of stepping out of his box and still doing something cohesive. And although it reminded me of LeVar Burton and Reading Rainbow, not sure if all of you are familiar with that song or that show. I still enjoyed it. You know, I think it has a workable arrangement to it. It's abstract enough that it's not weird. It's just different. I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense in my head, and I'll give it a 7.5 because I feel like the difference in it kind of limits the audience that could do something with this, but at the same time, it's still a solid piece. I can't quite place where I envision this, but I feel like somebody could use it for something, and I just wouldn't expect it and wouldn't think of it until I actually heard it. But I still like it, and the cover art's weird as fuck. Shout out Kenny though. All right. What did I say was next? Who the fuck? No more tips, right? I didn't see any. Thank God. All right, you guys are getting me all out of whack here. All right, let's get back to A$AP Rocky's long ass album. A$AP Rocky, how was your break? You good? You ready for some more criticisms? What track are we on now? Kaylee's song. All right, we listened to Skymen's song, and now it's Kaylee's song. Who is Kaylee? Please tell me before I press play. Because I think the last song that you made about a young lady, you had some harsh, disparaging remarks, and it's kind of shocking. Just went in on some young lady. Is Kaylee like a friend of yours? Is she a person of interest? Is she a suspect? Is she an op? I've heard this one. Okay. All right. Here's
cocaine. It's got everything to do with the way that you look at Ash and I'll cook breakfast in bed, give you some head. I'd rather be dead than to find out someday that you left. What the hell is it with all of these dicks thinking that the chicks only care about some fucking money? You ain't spitting facts, you're just a dummy. Maybe if you rap, changing how you act, you would see the fact that these females simply want some loving. Not their fault, they know you want some pussy. Maybe if you had a little bit of game, it won't be the same. You could fucking change the way you're living, compensating money over women. But ain't if I'm keeping it 1,000%, it simply goes like this to me. If I do not got my lady, then I do not think that I got anything. We have been so motherfucking traumatized that we never thought that we. And I'm gonna help our kids do all the shit that we ain't never did. I may not be the first guy that you love, but I'm gonna be the last and the best. Ashing is less in terms of looks like I give a shit. You with me though, I cannot find a job. My homies like you getting cheated on, but you never turn my kitchen off. And plus I know you never do me wrong. I got a couple insecurities, but you're not one. Matter of fact, girl, you're pure to me. Forever I'm gonna love you. I put nobody above you. If God ever did you wrong, I might kill myself to go and fuck him up too. Hope you knowing that you're worth it. I thought that nobody was perfect up until I met you, damn girl. And if you change into a worm, then I would put you in a shoe and I sleep with you every night. I found a way to fuck you too, and I hope we.
You say if you turned into a worm, you would put her in your shoe every night? I don't know, man. That's a tough reach there. I don't know what that means at all. I don't get that one. Whatever I said last time about this song, it doubly applies here. And the lyrics sometimes can be a little bit too weird for me. The one thing that I'll add about this is if I go back and I listen to Skyman's song,
They're making comments about how I'm short and I'm looking 15.
and I compare it to how Kaylee's song sounds, I would want your delivery on Skyman's song on Kaylee's song. And it might be a consistent thing that I say as we finish out listening to the rest of this project, but I feel like there's sometimes when the forceful delivery works, and then there's other times where I just want you to like tone it down. Like I feel like if you're making a song for your girlfriend, like you don't need to be Meek Mill, right? You don't have to scream at her for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Give Kaylee's ears a rest. But yeah, if she was a worm, put her in the shoe every night. That line didn't work for me. I would give this one a 6.5. I think the flow was on point. It's just delivery was and some of the lyrics were So 6.5. Wrap it into iPhone mic. Yeah, I get it. I'm just gonna keep bringing it up, I guess. All right. Who's next? All Savant is next. Switch screens, get All Savant queued up, and then we'll get on to the... Oh, shit. Never mind. The Fallen Dove has tipped. Originally a rogue diss, done. Who is it a diss towards now? The fuck? All right. So we got the Fallen Dub, then we'll listen to All Savant, and then we'll get back to AD Rocky, and then we'll get on to the free queue. Deal? Fair enough? Here is Done. Originally a rogue diss. That was the Fallen Dove, Done. Originally a rogue diss. What did you change that does not make this a rogue diss? Or was this written as it was original? Yeah. What did you change that it's not a rogue diss now? If you can clarify that. And then I'm going to point out something that Bird and I have been telling you for months. So if you listen to this section right here.
In your brain, don't procrastinate. Yeah, I be feeling late. I'm kind of great. Nah, I suck at this rapping.
You go from using your rap voice to talking. I'm kind of great. Like, you need to stop doing that. Like, when you start talking in your normal verse in your normal voice right here.
Kind of great. Nah, I suck at this rapping crap. Not gonna.
If you use that voice and just rapped, you would have like probably a on beat perfect delivery. But because you're trying to put so much extra emphasis and like whatever style in you trying to like sing, half sing, or deliver your lyrics, it not only throws off your flow, it makes your pronunciation weird, and it just doesn't sound authentic. But when you just stop doing that, whatever it is that you want to call it, and you just start talking like a normal human being, that's listenable. You need to like, I don't know. And I say this with all due respect, but you need to drop the gimmick and just be yourself. Like, talk in a normal voice and just rap. Like, you don't have to like strain your words, because you straining your words is just making you offbeat, which is the biggest, other than the lyrics being overly simplistic and basic in this, but the biggest drawback is that you're just straining your words and you're offbeat. You're straining it to the point to where it doesn't even hit the beat anymore. You're not even straining to get on beat, which is like the opposite of Cyclone's problem. Cyclone strains his words just to get on beat. You strain your words and you get off beat. So both of you need to like just use a normal voice, and both of you need to rap. Stop singing. Give this a 2. I'll give it a 3 because of the beat. All right, who's next? All Savant. This is called Corpses. Finn. Shout out to Autism Savant.
I had had to grow up tough. Hit the blocks like I got my money up. She wanna talk all night, but I can't do it all. Flip that shit and touched it. Now I'm in the hills looking for my little darling. I'm looking for her, but all these girls so hurt. Ain't ever gonna be y'allin', but it could be way worse. 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 These hoes just won't fuck, but it could be way worse. I might did it on, so it could be way worse.
All right, Autism Savant. I wish this was an actual like track where it wasn't just a one take single. Well, I know there was a couple like takes in there, but like you get what I'm saying. It's just like a one take single layer demo, basically. Like I think we've heard one complete mixed song from you, and that was kind of like peak All Savant. And ever since then, you've gone back to these 1 minute escapades of like, I'm just gonna freestyle some thoughts for a minute and call it a day. It's just missing elements that make it sound like something headed towards an actual song. Even in the direction that it's headed, where I could hear it as a song, it just feels disjointed because it doesn't feel like there is a focused topic. And the beat is just more of an interlude than it is a beat for a song. So it feels like, as an interlude, I would say this is okay. It just feels very rough around the edges. If it was on its way to being a song, it's not a song that I'm a fan of. So I'm going to rate it as an interlude, and I'm going to give it a 4. No, I'll give it a 5. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like, the biggest drawbacks I have from your demos is that they're all just one layer, no layering, and it's just very rough around the edges. As an interlude, it's okay, but I can't vision it beyond that. All right, that's it for the sub queue. It is time for the free queue. It is Christmas. Shout out to all the people working a late shift today. Everybody who went to McDonald's and they said, I'm hungry. Let me go see my homeboy in the drive-thru. Give me a number 1. We are nearing the final stretch of the show tonight. I do still have 5 more tracks by A.D. Rocky that I will be mixing up in between these, but still keeping it moving. Let's see. Where the hell am I? Scroll back up here. All right. So, same format. Listen to your tracks. Give it a rating 1 through 10. Feedback is probably not going to be as in-depth, just so I can make sure to hit everybody who is in the queue, but still listening, still giving feedback. At least for the first 5 tracks, I'll be mixing it up with A.D. Rocky just so I can hit his stuff. But, you know, if you are out there and you want to get in line, the queue is open for next week. The queue for tonight is closed unless you tip or gift a sub, in which case we'll play you right away. Give you your rating and your feedback. I say we, as in me and Santa Claus. All right. Let's listen to the next track from A.D. Rocky on his project, and then we'll get into Candy All Over. The next one we have here is called Revolution.
I'm a god of rappers if you pray to me. Then I will not answer shit, you see I get my things. By myself, I'm vindictive, bitch, I go way harder than R. Kelly when he is in front of your dank kitties. Bars are harder than the bars that he passing, cause the judging idiot and justice ain't a thing I received. You get the back end worse than Diddy's, bitch. My flow is smoother than his lube. Yeah, you tried to hate me when they shot at your bitch ass. They shouldn't have missed. You can go and fuck yourself or fuck Putin and get all of the knowledge that he gained on a dictatorship. All of your fans deserve to live with orange Hitler, but shit, he's a rapist convict. If faith in it for him, do you have a little kid or a mama or a chick that you love?
I think the pacing and the delivery on it is good. A little like on the nose with the Trump, Epstein, R. Kelly stuff. You know, I'm not saying that the verse was bad, but I think we're at a point now where everybody's kind of like getting off their zingers on those guys, and it's becoming stale to me personally. I like, if I hear another Diddy, Epstein, R. Kelly, I guess Trump's going to have the next 4 years, but if I hear another joke about those three, you know, it's just kind of like, okay, what new can we say about them at this point? But I think the verses were cool. I think the song was cool. One thing that I say about, going back to the mix on your stuff, AD Rocky, is you always are a little bit too present on the tracks. So, you know, whether you re-record it or just get the mixes fixed, I think that's something to kind of be more aware of, is just making sure that you're not like more present than the track itself. I would give this track a 6.5. All right. The Fallen Dove, I think you tipped again, if I saw correctly. You found this. Okay. Hold on. All right. Got another tip here. This is from The Fallen Dove. This is called Rest in Peace, Oakley.
It's March 11th, 10:22 p.m. Making a song to about my dog Oakley. So can everyone who's listening just say rest in peace, please? Thank you. Okay. Whenever I think of you, I feel so down. You're in my heart, even if you're not around. I somehow met you in this little town. Crying so much, in my tears I'm gonna drown. My heart was so lost, but you made it feel so found. Someone who loved me endlessly. I know you loved me unconditionally. August 11th, the day you went to heaven. Was it karma or was it just life? Spent my time with you and it all flew by. And I can't admit, but I just wanna cry. I need to get my free composure. Even if you're not in my life, it ain't over. I just wanna see you again. Why is there a delay? Holding on, all I do is procrastinate. I mean, I don't really wanna hold on, but I'm hoping something good will come. When I see a star, I always think of you. Hoping we would go far, but that wasn't true. And all I do is miss you. You were my shining light. I miss your beautiful eyes. I just miss you, I won't lie. I don't know why you had to go, it was just your time. And when I reach heaven, I hope your dad agrees. Whenever I think of you, I feel so down. Here in my heart, even if you're not around. I somehow met you in this little town. You were my best friend, you were more than just a hound. Whenever I think of you, I feel so down. Here in my heart, even if you're not around. I somehow met you in this little town. You were my best friend, you were more than just a hound.
All right, that was Rest in Peace, Oakley by The Fallen Dove. Heartfelt song, but I just don't like the approach. I don't like the singing. The auto-tune is egregious, and it just like takes away from the quality. And kind of like the same thing I said on the previous track. Now that I know that you have a normal speaking voice, all of this like forced singing, it feels unnecessary, and it definitely doesn't sound natural or authentic. And I feel like a song like this, you definitely want to be more natural and more authentic. But like I said before, is like the forced singing makes you go off beat, or it makes you feel like you don't know where the beat is because you're like extending out words that don't need to be extended, or you're extending them in the wrong manner to try to hit the beat. And it just doesn't feel right. Like you need to get away from using this forced whisper singing voice and just use your natural voice the way it is. Like project normally, speak normally, sing normally, talk normally. And I think it'll be a lot more quality in your music rather than feeling like you don't know how to deliver the lyrics. Because I know you know how to speak like a human. I've talked to you in the voice chat before. So it's just a matter of like translating that into actual music. But again, like I get it. Like I lost this, one of my dogs passed away on Thanksgiving. Got 3 left, and they're all old. So you know, I respect the song, but the song quality is not there. It's not. It doesn't do the memory of Oakley justice. I would give the song a 2. All right. Where was I at? We just played 80 Rocky. Oh yeah. Next is scroll back up. Candy All Over. All right. Let me grab this. Copy. I don't think this is what I want. Copy text. Oh my God, that's not it. Fuck it. Just click the damn link. FYI for everybody, Spotify is like not a very pleasant share. All right. I think I got it. All right, switch this here. This is Candy All Over, shrug emoji.
Descendants of alcoholics, umbilical wet out the faucet. Change, dumb faucet. Lucy stumble on my pocket. Carry cases like a casket. Weight on my waist like a musket. Must need this grace. I'm an addict. Liver shots till I cock it. Clockwork pop off like one. Off grid, gone like a prophet. Profit all thoughts like DACA. Ghost of the shit's quick magic. Don't know how to call it a roll big. Kind of bad luck, these lost elastic. Condone the show, and you better bet I'm like quick to resist. Strung out somehow, stuck around. Fucked around, probably hellbound. Wanna reach me, pick up a Ouija. Sure it's easy, shrug emoji. Strung out somehow, stuck around. Fucked around, probably hellbound. Wanna reach me, pick up a Ouija. Sure it's easy, shrug emoji. I'm in music, girls come drunk. Dumb drunk, punk and fun. What I've said, it's been done. Shoot a gay, what I say comes gun numb. Know the gay dude though can ease pain. I don't change, my songs do the same. Shame artists get paid in vain. Built zero, not a take gain. God damn.
Right.
Strung out somehow, stuck around. Fucked around, probably hellbound. Wanna reach me, pick up a Ouija. Sure it's easy, shrug emoji.
All right, that was Candy All Over with Shrug Emoji. A little bit different sound there, kind of abstract. I don't like the mix on it. I feel like rather than like relying on like heavy reverb and effects on it, it would have just hit the mark a little bit better if the lead vocals were just like straight up present and you kind of put all that effect stuff in the background. This feels like something that maybe Cyclone or the Fallen Dove would really like. I don't know. Not going to speak for those people, but feels like more of their style of music. It's not a bad track. It's just kind of different. And I think the way that you mix these abstract tracks really depends on whether or not people kind of like enjoy them. This one's kind of, it's hit or miss. For me, it's not really resonating with me. I would give it a 4. All right, let's do another AD Rocky. Next up is Nightmare.
The smell of rotting corpse fills my lungs. Blood drips from the ceiling, drenching me like the most horrific form of baptism. I see my life flash before my eyes. Homicide, psycho like the movies on a Friday night. No words describe the monster. Enough arms to harm an army. How could I expect them not to harm me? Slime sweats like perspiration, smelling like desecration, and I struggle to find some air to fucking breathe. I whisper out a scream. My voice has been taken. Laughter fills the room, yet the room remains vacant. I try to make a move, but my body's stuck in place, and I cannot fucking take it. The closer that he draws, the closer my soul's to vacation. My heart's the only thing that's racing. Somebody help before it takes me. The only remains of faces, like a 2D live action face painting. Is this a damn dream or the reality that's waiting? Fuck, save me.
Staring at my ceiling, this pitch black and my wife beside me. She must be dreaming, I feel disturbed but still breathing lightly. Trying to get some rest myself, but my head isn't staying tethered. Laying there in silence, that's when I detected shift in pressure. Started with the ringing that in itself wasn't unpleasant, but slowly rose in intensity till it was deafening. Heart racing faster than it had ever did. I tried to shield my ears, but the movement in my arms ain't fucking register. Panicked, I tried to scream to get my wife's attention, but my mouth ain't fucking opening in the way that my brain's directing it. I start sweating, helpless and waiting for death to settle it, until the thought occurs to me that I might already be dead. It felt like I was came and went, screaming in my head, using every ounce of willpower and trying to move my leg. Just when I begin to accept that this is how shit is, I joked awake this morning and my motor skills working again.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Wait, that's not my song. I'm having a dream and a nightmare. Hope it don't last any long. Can't fall asleep, I'm waking at dawn. Look at my feet, mud from the lawn. Can't even breathe, I'm feeling withdrawn. I'm thinking I'm big, but I am a pawn. Oh shit, I think that I'm sleepwalking. I hear the beat talking. Climb up the tree, look at the window, guess I just keep stalking. Minding my business, having some fun, guess I'll just keep gawking. I think I may run for the tree, now I gotta keep jogging. This is inception, I fell in love with deception. Can't even find a connection, living depression, even afraid of my own reflection. They need the only fan for attention. I keep a gun on me for protection of myself. Ain't even listen no more, like kids when they holding a lesson. I hear voices everywhere, won't get up, I won't dare. Now I gotta say a prayer, I'm sick of this and I swear, it's just another nightmare. My demons, they don't fight fair. These sleeping pills don't work. Now I really don't care.
Was trapped up inside of a nightmare, can't imagine it. My daddy's hand was digging out his grave, said asking if you rap about my ass again, I'm gonna have to get some demons, get your legs and motherfucking drag a bitch straight into hell with daddy, bitch, I lost my Cadillac because you told the cops about me, need a battle axe to slay a motherfucking 20-year-old man who raps. I'm disappointed in you, hate you with your faggot ass. It's 3 a.m. in the wait, that's not my verse. My shit's a lot darker, remember daddy did the worst. He raped my little sister when I was a little kid. 9-year-old her crying help and kept the evil hidden. I still got dreams about it, I still got demons in the semen, they won't leave about it. These pedophilic motherfuckers are some freaks surrounding my freaking mind. I try to sleep, the thoughts they creep around and freaking out my mind about it.
I can't see nothing,
but I can feel the pain insane. They stripping off the skin and still preserving every vein. Nerves were made to break, and when the scalpel slice again, simply fabricated when they say there ain't a thing a second past death, and we strictly living in the past tense. But truthfully, the body still be feeling when the soul's left. The brain remained intact, and everything within a fact. Cause when the scalpel come to pass cross the chest, you gon' have some regrets, and wish the rest of you would meet your death. The grim reaper sneak the spirit, not the rest. And people need to realize, establish and theorize that there be a divide between the body and the mind that leaves some implications. Bodies donated to scientific vocations, the final fiery moments prior to cremation, when autopsy be necessary in situations. Honestly, I'm hoping I don't make it disintegrating.
All right. That was Nightmares by A.D. Rocky and a bunch of other people. He sent me to this the other day, and listening to it in the context of the project, I'm not sure how this fits in, right? You got a lot of like personal stories, and this comes in as like this hip hop metaphor track. I'm not sure it fits in the structure of the project that you have. I would almost opt to say you should axe this from the project and use this as a single. The other thing that I would say as I'm listening to this is that everybody else is going the hip hop approach, and they're like using imagery with their nightmares. And then A.D. Rocky, your verse is just quite literally like, here's a nightmare from my actual like life story. And I feel like your verse kind of like detracts from the rap nature of this because it's too realistic, because it's like quite literally like, hey, this is what happened to me, that's a nightmare, where everybody else is using like hip hop comparisons of like describing a nightmare, and you're literally describing like your life. Like, I would say your verse probably does not fit with the other verses on this one. So now, after a second listening to this with the context of the project, and then kind of grasping what everybody else is saying and what you're saying, I would give this I give it a 5. Like, I'm not mad at it because everybody did a good job, but like it just doesn't fit with the project, and then your verse doesn't fit with what everybody else is doing here. Like, stylistically, you missed the mark on this one, I would say. Like, not that you did a bad job in what you did, but like it just feels very like blunt and out of place when your verse comes in with the stuff that you talk about versus listening to everybody else. So I give this one a 5. All right, let's jump back to the queue. Up next, Topia. This is called Creatine, produced by Topia and Ooh Lee.
Yeah, oh man, I made it into mine. I worked for it all my life. They said you take it fly. I had to go get mines. I knew it was for me. They said damn, but you right. Put me to the test. Now I'm bound to be the best, they say. Now it clears up my head, and they should turn to medicine. Cause I got time. I tied up my loose ends, and I'm fine. Back then everything same old. I painted my vision all gold. You ain't trust me like then you sold. Always been the one to chase my goals. You was only there for the highs, no lows. That's it, we're done, case closed. If you switch up, I can call you wrong. I'll stand on my 10 toes. Damn, I can't do suit and tie, but I keep my heart on time. I'll put it on that line. Damn, now we eating so good, Popeyes. Good chicken and we got some fries. Watch what you doing, stepping out that line. I know you wanna live my life. Love when you move like that. I don't wanna be stuck in that past. You know I can dig it up fast. Told me damn boy, put it to rest. I can't love you more than I do. You tryna put on my shoes. They too big, they gonna feel loose. You know that I do it for you. I'm so sorry I can't save you. They taught me how to pick and choose. So don't put your life in my hands. Everybody know my grip is so loose. I don't wanna talk when I know you ain't safe. I don't wanna let you learn the hard way. Baby going too fast, gotta slam on those brakes. Gotta make it last with these kind of things.
What up, JCCCC?
I knew it was for me. They said, damn, girl, you right. Put me to the test. Now I'm bound to be the best, they said. It clears up my head. And they should turn the medicine. Cause I got time. I tied up my loose ends. Now I'm fine.
Shout out Topia, that was dope. That was Young Topia with this track called Creatine. I thought that was cool. I think you had stylistically a nice sound through it. The mix was cool. The beat worked with what you were doing. There were some parts like kind of right before the middle where the flow was a little bit shaky, but I think overall like it was pretty consistent. It did kind of feel a little bit like it hit the plateau at the middle, and I didn't get any more variety that like kept it interesting at the end. But still solid. I give this a 6.5. That's right, JCC. I am here. There are no days off in business unless I am traveling for work. You guys will usually see me here. All right. AD Rocky. Back to AD Rocky. And which one of these screens is that? This one here. Next up, we got 3 more on AD Rocky project. This is called Me Against the World.
The government is Peter Pan, I said it. Promise all our children that they gonna make it better. Take away from happy homes, but most of the time they'll bet it. I'll still leave you in a bad one with my story written. As a baby at home, I'll see we're shriveled and stone. That shit go hell no, cause now I am just crazy and wrong. They pissed in the pot, that they went and raised me and so I may be loco, but I was a baby before. Can you picture the prophecy? Starving G, but holes in they floors and beat on when they have fallen C. But that with no dollar bills, the weekend just had no feel. Up on I play God, they will not help us at all for real. It's just me against the world, baby. Scared to raise a girl in this fucking world. It's just me against the world, baby. Rapists up in jail, 5 years plus some bail. At the age of 17, take me from my peeps. Tried to place me with the freak by the fucking name of Josh. She's a rapist, also he on the fucking list is what they be saying. G, tryna save you, hell no we. Tryna place you back with your parents, crazy ass. That is they go, rules was wrote by a maniac. They locked your brother up for saying that he slayed they ass. And if they placed him back as David sloppy scrape with that. Can you picture the prophecy? Ate the rich when starving G, but holes in they floors and beat on when they have fallen C. But that with no dollar bills, the weekend just had no feel. Up on I play God, they will not help us at all for real. It's just me against the world, baby. Scared to raise a girl in this fucking world. It's just me against the world, baby. Rapists up in jail, 5 years plus some bail. After my last breath, when will I finally get to rest through this oppression? They punish the people that's asking questions, and they give breadcrumbs to whoever on this damn earth is left. And they think they always right, so I gotta go for the chest. We point fingers to make a point while we could steady make a joint. It's not left or right, black or white, but the classes we take a joint. And what's in common with all of us? I'm hating how they did, boys, so we grind into Impala dust till they quit breaking us, boys.
All right, that was Me Against the World by AD Rocky, where it feels like, so usually on your tracks, like you have a lot of words, and it feels like on this one you under-delivered on words. Like there were times where you needed more words to kind of fill out the lines, so you ended up kind of like extending out the pronunciation on the words to kind of fill that space. So it feels like this one you kind of like have the opposite issues, like not enough words to the point to where it's like I gotta like say things in a stretched out manner to fill the space. I don't know how I feel about this one. I get it, but at the same time, it doesn't latch on to me like some of the earlier songs in the project. I would give this one a 5. I don't know. I would need to, and I know you sent this one to me as well. I would have to listen to this one again. Like this one doesn't just like immediately grasp me like, oh yeah, this is a dope A.D. Rocky song. This one's just kind of like whatever for me. All right, jumping back over to the free queue. Next up, Montezuma. This is called Nostalgic. Yeah, AD records on BandLab. Okay. Cool. Yeah, not bad for a loop. I like it. It's soulful. I think the mix is where it needs to be. I don't hear anything that's really out of place. The only other element that I maybe would drop in like somewhere maybe towards the end, given that it's a loop, maybe switch up the second half, is like maybe some like hi-hats at a lower volume, like to just kind of like add something sonic on the high end side of the frequency. But I think I like it as a loop. I think the drums are nice, the melody's smooth. It's not one of those melodies where you hear it on a loop and your ears get fatigued from it, so I think it works. But yeah, I would say, if you want to add a little bit of variety in the second half, rather than it just being a straight loop, is just add some hi-hats and some sort of like change up towards the end. With that said, where it's at, I would give this objectively, I would give this a 7.5. I think it's consistent and, I like it for what it is. All right. Back up to A.D. Rocky. Got 2 more A.D. Rocky tracks, and then we will just continue to go through the rest of the free queue. This one is called the Sumrall Experience.
I remember vividly it was just me and you. Ashton and his little sister Belle would see the truth. I had dark brown hair and yours was blonde, your eyes are blue. Mine are green to paint the scene, that heavy breathing knew that dad was finna return back to home. He scared the ever living shit out of us, had to grow up in environments where we was scared as crap to go. The sleep requirements was widening our eyes, cause my dad abused the shit out of us, take that fucker down. I remember being 15, he screamed, shut your mouth. I do not care that it's your birthday, I'll burn you out. As a matter of fact, just leave my house, you murmur loud. from dad, now we finna take it back. Verse to go in seminary, Mississippi. I'm repping my culture, carry weapons in our holster. No less, you're just bolder. I'm guessing we colder than your buster grow older. Some are raw, made it straight to the closer. From seminary, Mississippi. I'm repping my culture, carry weapons in our
MK, what's
holster.
up, man?
No less, you're just bolder. I'm guessing we colder than your buster grow
Merry Christmas
older.
to you
Some
too.
are raw, made it straight to the closer. So then they took me back to my 4-second daddy's place. I had to face this crappy, break my shit, you ran away. I said I didn't and you kicked me out, he had to say that if you do not shut up, dude, you'll make this paddle break. I dealt with the whole year of bullying he gave. Pull me, push away, I just wanted him to say he was proud of Ash and Dave. It's not bully, never claim. Cause then if he did, that would mean there's common things that we got. He's got a yacht being a pedophile. I showed your boy, and if you got a wife up in there now, to tell the cops that he did not do nothing with the child. Saying abusing, what's the use, cause you a kid for now. You're not aware of all the times I got raped by that motherfucker. Fear if it was wrong, cause I break his stuff with my knuckles, put his damn pride out. Fear of Davis was coming from him, gave concussions out. So then he placed me back with my mama's crazy ass. Had to deal with drama, stepdad brought us, told him take me back to Summerall, Mississippi. Cause then if he pokes my crazy ass, then I might just stab him and laugh at him like a maniac. So then they heeded my warning, then my granny did storm them just to get me from mourning. And I made friends I was loving, got a job that I'm loving. Mississippi's important to me for many reasons. If that is what I'm leaving, then I'm hardly here and breathing. Because I got a curse, if I leave it the worst shit happening to me. My home stay salubrious. And this is probably why I got such a big thing from my hometown of Summerall, Mississippi. Cause every time I've ever left that motherfucker and went to a place like Goliad, Texas or Walker, Louisiana, something absolutely fucking terrible has ended up happening. Be it my dad, be it my peers, be it anything, something terrible's happened. So I love my hometown and that's it.
Okay. That was the Summerall experience. I really like this beat and I get the song. I feel like there's a way to approach these kind of topics without being just so harsh with it, right? Like a good example I'll use is Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a very like blunt in your face rapper, but like he is able to like eloquently like deliver these messages without it being like such a backhand. Like I feel like some of the things that you say, like, you know, they're very like abrupt and it's hard to digest when you're like moving on to the next line, to the next line, to the next line. Like when you say so and so abused us, boom, 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 you've already moved on to like 2 other topics in the next 2 lines. And it's hard to digest those when you have such heavy subject matter and you're giving like word vomit here. So like when you deal with subject matter of that context, I would say like if you can adjust your writing to like give things a chance to breathe and digest with the listener so that they can kind of grasp the seriousness of it. Because also this is like a lighthearted beat, right? So it's like I have a dark subject on a light beat. Like everything about this is kind of like juxtaposed against itself. And I think it could work, but you have to give the listener a chance to like really understand what they're getting themselves into. And like just sometimes the way that you word things is just really like a backhand to the face, and it's hard to grasp in like a short listen. And for me, that would make it hard to want to go back to, because I'm like, man, I don't want to touch this subject matter right now. And then I would never come back to it. So like you got to do it in a way that's like a gentle, like, hey man, here's some fucked up shit, but at the same time, like, let me give it to you in a way that you can like grasp it and not be overwhelmed, because you'll overwhelm a lot of people with the way that you word things. I give this a 6. All right. What's next? Let's see. Did that one. Jordan Hall. Are they still in the server? Yep. What is this? Okay, another screen to share. Hold on. Merry Christmas to everybody. Shout out M Theory who slid through here for a moment. All right, Jordan Hall. We have this track is called Here. It's an interlude.
Hey, Nina,
Yeah.
you mind if I play something for you?
No, not at all.
Catch me side. But ever since you left, said goodbye. I wish you were here with me.
Oh shit.
I wish you were here.
Hey, me and Lou, you know we had this shake this city up, nigga. Hey, fuck they talking about, nigga. I heard this shit and I had to kill it. Like, fuck is wrong with this shit that you do with us? Man, here we go. Said I would drop last year, but then November came, and then December came. Like, fuck it, I'll spit a flame. You niggas too fucking lame. At 17, I was topping more playlists and listeners than you could fucking name. Jordan's my fucking name. And don't forget it, this penicillin's vision is tripping. Don't forget your fucking frame. So I'm the one to blame. When shit get tragic, don't act erratic, pass the static, cause we might just up the fucking and check the stats, we get big dollars. Institutional, institutionalized, we big scholars. Most of you niggas still stuck in chains, so you been ballin'. Give me 3 tracks, you get pissed on like Ben Wallace. Been wildin' how I'm bustin' with rage, I'm clutching the stage. I'm ready, lyrics been on hiatus, but fuck it, I can't remember the name. Close all eyelids, withhold the violence. Clap your palms together and listen to Jordan Simon, cause baby, I'm and know this shit can get scary, but don't trip because I'm yeah, and fuck that song about movie. Hey, get on do it again. Me lips lock when hips rock, brother, my shit pops. My old flows the when it told you out like a flip flop. You flip rock, then get top, just keep your shit shot, cause niggas stay stuck on your wave, you just might get got, nigga. And I don't really conversate or do the word them out, cause people be too scary now. Like, yes, I'm the badass motherfucker that you heard about, that's killing quick. So if you ain't heard that shit, you a motherfucker lie, cause nigga, you heard it now. Cause nigga, I'm killing with it.
I love you. That's urgent like a motherfucker.
All right, that was Jordan Hall with the track called Here, Interlude 1. I like that a lot. I like the beat. I like his like mastery of his flow. Good lyrics, good delivery all around. The only thing that I didn't really like about this was the mix. I felt like sometimes with that sample having vocals in it, he kind of got washed away with it. So I would say to mix it to where you know, your vocals kind of have a little bit more presence on top of the beat. That said, I would give this a 8. All right. Close that down. The last track from A.D. Rocky's project, the new album, is called Find a Way.
Me, myself, and I told my bros to never worry if my dreams are just a lie, cause they still my ride or die. In the days, what I find, every day doing fine, every day I'm doing fine. It is just me, myself, and I told my bros to never worry if my dreams are just a lie, cause they still my ride or die. In the days, what I find, every day doing fine, every day I'm doing fine. I made it out and I'm tired of it. I've been despised in the public, so I'm beside nothing. I rise above it, the bullshit, they bring it God, but it still getting lonely than a bitch, but I don't cry, fuck it. The inside matter, but that motherfucking outside doesn't. Not the way that you look, but how your sight judges. They see my plight buggering, they thinking that I'm nothing. They thinking that I'm bluffing when I say I'm about the toughest. But when I trade their motherfucking life with me, hey, it's kinda funny how they being nice to me when they see I went from being homeless to writing things. Just drop my bitches, say then comes at you with some nice titties. It is just me, myself, and I told my bros to never worry if my dreams are just a lie, cause they still my ride or die. In the days, what I find, every day doing fine, every day I'm doing fine. It is just me, myself, and I told my bros to never worry if my dreams are just a lie, cause they still my ride or die.
A.D. Rocky would Find a Way, last track on his 10-track project that he has. I think that was probably one of the best tracks on it. It sounded like probably like the best mix on there, and consistency wise, it was probably the best delivery. I would say that the feature on it, he sounds a little bit louder than you do, but at the same time, I think the track overall, it feels a lot more calm, is what I would say, and it works as a closer. So I would give that track a good 7. I think it works as a closer, and I think it's probably one of the it's up there in like the top 3 or 4 for the project in total. What up, young C Live, young Clive? The queue for tonight is closed, but unless you wanted to tip and we play it right away, but you can go ahead and if you join the Discord and post your track, it'll be in line for next week's show. But yeah, 80 Rocky, I think it's a decent project. Couple tracks on there that kind of like stand out to me as not fitting, but I think overall, like if you really are planning on getting a mic and re-recording some of those, I think it'll have a lot of consistency in it. And then I would say, maybe for the next project, like I said, work on being able to explain some of the things that you have story-wise without it being, so harsh for somebody who may not know you, right? Like I can understand if you have a well-established audience and then they kind of understand the continuation of the story, but if you have new listeners, sometimes it may be a little bit too abrupt, but at the same time, you can also catch people's attention who are looking for an outlet to like kind of relate to those stories. So it's like a catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But shout out to you. Always good to see people like continuing their craft and putting projects together. Most people are just working on singles now, so glad to see somebody's working on an album. All right, back to the free queue. Which ones don't fit as well? Nightmare and what was the other one? Kind of the Summerall Experience. Definitely Nightmare. Nightmare for sure. Nightmare is like number 1, doesn't fit for me. All right. Where was I? Bonafide. You've already shit on all your beats. Okay. Hopefully this one isn't so bad. I hope so too. Okay. Bonafide. I like this one. It has a different sound to it, but I think it's consistent. It's certainly like not a in general beat that just anybody would jump on and do anything with, but I think it's certainly Yeah, I think we got it. I like this a lot. The only thing I would say is like your main sound, that horn sound, I would lower it down maybe like 3 or 4 decibels because it can be a little bit annoying after a while. But I like it in context of everything else that you have. Overall, I think it's a cool beat. Probably one of my favorite beats that I've heard from you. I would give this a 7. Feel fine at a 7. All right, next up, G Money 4. Is this broken? Does it work? Playlist. Hold on. What does it mean? Instrumental. All right, hold on. Another share coming up here. All right, this is Yadagan. I think I pronounced it right. That's smooth. Got it on. Right, that was Yadagan, or yet again. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but they're G Money 4 on the Discord. I like that a lot. Nice little chill, lo-fi hip hop type beat. Look, I don't got too much really to say about that one. I think that one came in and it did its thing. I give this one an 8. I think there's a lot of people who would just turn this on as background music while they're cleaning the house or studying or doing what. I know there's a couple people got finals this week, right after Christmas. Turn this on, pull out your study guide, have at it. All right, next up, Nate's. This is Blow a Band. Beat, mixed lyrics, don't play loudly. It works on AirPods. It's a weird warning.
When it's very cold and I grudge into my hole, look around with this one, thinking you know me, no you don't. First leave me alone, now I'm staring at my phone. I got a brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Love for these hoes, think I love them, no I don't. Think I'm playing with these hoes, like I'm lying, no I don't. Think I'm playing with these hoes, like I'm laptop. In the winter we get cold, and I grudge in my hole. Cause I'm out with this one, think you know me, no you don't. I'm not close to me alone, now I'm staring at my phone. I got a brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Brush in my nose, blow a band, lots of blow. Wanna make a bang, got a license. It's no problem getting insurance. Got a record that part's pouring.
Always be recording, crossing over the border in the morning, think about home while you're still snoring. Booted to the room, to now leave handball. Cooking with the first parking lot, park a lot in the parking spot. We America the fixers, out back taking pictures. She's a hater, gonna see me later, that's first. She can't seem to find a place to park my spaceship. Today she's not helping locate the exit. America the fixers, out back taking pictures. She's a hater, gonna see me later, that's first. She can't seem to find a place to park my spaceship. Today she's not helping locate the exit. Then that's a low. Winter's gonna make it cold, and I burst into my hole. Come out on this one, think you know me, no you don't. First let me alone, now I'm staring at my phone. I got a rush in my nose, well then that's a blow. Love for these hoes, think I love, no I don't. Think I'm playing with these hoes, like I'm laughing, no I don't. Think I'm playing with these hoes, like I'm laptop. Didn't wanna think about home, why you still snoring. Booted to the room, to now you handball. Cooking with the first park a lot in the parking spot. We America the fixers, out back taking pictures. She's a hater, gonna see me later, that's first. She can't seem to find a place to park my spaceship. Today she's not helping locate the exit. America the fixers, out back taking pictures. She's a hater, gonna see me later, that's first. She can't seem to find a place to park my spaceship. Today she's not helping locate the exit.
Man, what the fuck was that? Nate's here's a couple things. Sometimes it sounded like there were two different tracks playing simultaneously, and it was just hard just in general to hear your vocals and lyrics and understand what you're saying. So the mix was definitely not good. The beat was okay aside from the parts where it just felt like two beats were playing, or even the same beat was playing just like at slightly different timings. So I would chalk that all up to just a bad mix. Man, I give it a 2 based on what I heard, because I couldn't really make out like anything you were saying, and it just, the beat was kind of just a mishmash of stuff, and there were a few sounds in there that just didn't feel like they needed to be there. I think there was like a guitar riff that was just like a funky guitar, but it just sounded out of place overall. So I think mostly just the mix is what's holding this back. Next up, Milo, Little Durk type beat called For Life. Okay, I think I got it. I could hear this being like at a lower tempo and like working a little bit better. It feels like it's a little bit fast paced for what it is. Also, I would say like throw on some more reverb on the piano keys and give them like a little bit more of a spacious vibe, just in my personal opinion. But I think it's still a consistent beat. Mix otherwise is pretty solid. Hi-hat sound just a little bit like stock or flat, but other than that, I think it's solid. I give this a 7. All right. Only do one per person. Next up, Mojo Flows. This is called Peace and Love. Shout out to Mojo Flows. Haven't heard from him in a minute.
Positive vibrations to the Most High.
While the world sits in the palm of my hand, I've seen to make a feast.
Rising up to the heavens, this may be my final wish. Peace and love to everyone who breathe like I do breathe. Love and happiness will spread to those who are in need.
Let's go. Smoking bomba, DJ quick, I hit a lick and then I split. Spitting like an olive pit. On the mic, I show my grit. Getting fit, raising bars, messing with crazy stars. Avatars shine their light into minds, make it bright.
Glowing up my neighborhood and all across the sea. From veterans to scholars to the elementary. Teach our youth to work hard and respect the boundaries. This generation needs a big serving of thank you, yes, and please.
Rat race has us chasing cheese. I don't believe what I see on the TV. Make believe hatred, violence, and the greed. Let's plant the seed, make sure it grows into a world that always knows what's right or wrong, not out of spite. Communication is the light that shows our path. Moving up, I'm about to burst. Watch me erupt with what I'm feeling. Send your healing thoughts to all who've hit their ceiling. I'm appealing to the masses who want to live without classes. Dashes towards your goal won't last as a marathon. Enjoy the lap.
Positive vibrations to the Most High that I see. I feel your energy and I will continue gratefully. Spreading peace and joy into this world that needs it true. Everything I do in this life, it's all for the love of you. Peace and love to everyone.
Okay. The hook on that is really dragging this out. The hook is like a mood kill. I don't know if you can hit like a higher tone on it, but it needs something a little bit more light, or it needs to be a little bit more fast paced. The hook is like slowing it down a whole lot, especially when you get to the end and it's twice. Verse wise, I think your flow is fine. It just feels like there's some parts where the writing is like a little bit too basic to where, you know, you have to pace yourself to deliver the lines. Like you deliver everything on beat, but there's like such basic writing that it just feels very empty. Like it's like empty calories. So I would say like work on being able to say more, use more words and being able to say the same thing without it being like overpowering. Hopefully that makes sense. I would give this a 6 where it's at. It's not a bad track. It's just there's a lot of things in it that leave more to be desired. All right. Next up, 762 Sin, Bet You Won't, featuring Little 3.
Bet you won't. I 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 bet you won't.
We gon' kick down the door, don't give it up. We gon' leave out there, tell her had to be. I was only 15, seen nigga get slimy. Thought she was sweet as on TV. 6'2", pop at the cut with a mask and get shit spooky like Halloween. Nigga thought we friends, but he fuck with the eyes, so I took his head down for a G33. Tell him pop at the cut, be his ATP. So fuck out the house and inspire Lil Z. Chris out the purse, but he turned to a demon. Just give him Celine, a Glock 23. Nigga swear to the beat, just drop me a low. Nigga never outside, nigga play how to see. I popped out the car, I was on BT. I would beat nigga ass with a knock at his feet. This a big ass, I leave nigga on the T. I hit in his bed, lift his ass on the knee. As he callin' my phone, said it got me on care, but I got on my ski, so I said it with me. It's a big booty bitch, she from overseas. She sucked the D good, so while I cheat. Cause she callin' my phone, said he tryna spin. I don't shoot from the car, I get active on feet. Nigga swear my bro in that room, he gon' speak. Nigga tough on the nigga, up the Glock, the lead. Honduran la hoe, she got a little boo, yeah, that fine shit, so she I need. Producer callin' my phone, say he got me a spot. Talking to K, put some rest in my pot, nigga. Give you the pay, finna give you the pin. Nigga, all back the barrel, my mom we locked. Nigga, give me a purr, yeah, I'm ready to go spin for your hoe. Try to dance for me on TikTok. Nigga, look at my pies, she said it's fat. Them hoes look just like Ray Ross. So my bro for his pole, up for white bean nose. Nigga, fuck out the ass on niggas, so hoe. They ain't spinning no block, but they drops in the diss. I'm a deuce of that wall, the pole, gon' I'm frozen. Don't deal with the clean, I'm right, but he knows. He can't tell me to do this, a life that I chose. Got 15 shots in the spot right now with a switch on the back of the gym. Go shoot that bitch till fucking lost his too. Knock his ass at his socks. Bro, calling my phone, said he trying to trade, but I took his head down for a motherfucking chop. We gon' kick down the door if you don't give it up. We gon' leave your ass there, say your ass to a B. I was only 15, seen nigga get slime. Nigga thought she was sweet as on TV. 6'2", pop at the cut with a mask and get shit spooky like Halloween. Nigga thought we friends, but he fuck with the eyes, so I took his ass down for a G. Towards Lee, time to pop at the cut, be his ATPs. The fuck out the house in his bottle of Z. Chris out the purse, but he turned to a dean, just give him some lean, a Glock 23.
I'll just give him a lean, a Glock 23. Perky got me screaming, pull that walking, I start leaning. His op ass ain't believe me, bent that blocking out, he bleeding. Too many shots up in this car, I take him down and I start cheating. All this soda got me fiending, and my bitch say I'm the meanest. Till I pop out the cut, hit his ass and show the real bad dope game. Better nigga be loafing. Look, he like to sip that Tristan, been them block, but I swear that shit ain't no. But giving out look like a 4-leaf clover. Reaching my chain in the party, it's over. Them niggas ain't been in no blocks past my chopping, I bet his op ass. So I don't look up the rapper no more, cause them niggas prank, they always get shit too. My favorite day Halloween, cause I pop out with a mask, have a 4 nigga shoot. We real on foot with these niggas. Playing both sides, fuck around, get your dumb ass book. No nigga wanna lick up a tray for an ARP, cause they all just think I'm a crook. Bounced out on them in all black coat with some jeans. Boy tryna take off the top, but most of these niggas so pussy, they really be feeding. I might just sit in that thought. If I get the low, or one of the I get the low, just know that we push up flushing. Know we get shit hot. The Glock wasn't running, so I slapped that bitch with a button. I said, with a button, nigga.
All right, that was 762 Slim, Bet You Won't, featuring Little 3. I think it has a cool sound. The one thing that I will definitely say is it's easy to say a lot of words and not have a lot of depth in the words, because you're saying so much stuff that people just kind of blow by the content. I think you guys both like do a good job with the track, but a lot of what you said was just kind of like, it felt like filler. There was like really nothing that like unique about you as individual artists that would differentiate you from like anybody else who could jump on this track and say the same stuff. Like it just doesn't feel original is what I'm left with here. Even if it sounds good, it's not original. I would give this a 6. All right, Milo again. Here is Sax Fifth, Black Odyssey type beat 1. Couple left. We made it. Okay, I think I got it. The organs that you added in there definitely don't they don't vibe well with the overall sound of it. This is an example of where you have like everything that's on beat and it's okay as far as the tempo, but it's just not like blending well together to like give me a cohesive sound. It just sounds like a bunch of sounds playing at the same time. The drums are fine. I think the guitar riff is fine. It could be lowered down a little bit so it's not so sharp. But man, just like the clash of the sounds just kind of feel like thrown together and not by design is what I would say. It's kind of like if you're putting together a beat and you're just kind of like clicking through all the samples. Like if you're clicking through loops and you're like, oh, this one would sound good. Oh, this one would sound good. But then by the time you've found like a bunch of loops that sound good on the tempo, they don't really layer as nicely as one would like. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Like it works, but it's not nice. I would give this a 5 where it's at. All right, last two, I believe, because we already listened to Spooky earlier. So we already got that one for sure. Know that. So we got Og and then Zax. Here is Raekwon freestyle.
Alright, yo, check it, yo, good times we roll off. Yeah, European, landing like this and fly Koreans. Yo, my sling's out of this world, mixed collaboration, man, little man in this. What my way of life got me thinking. I'm analyzing young youths on roofs, 3-time felony groups roll together. Tropical trees, but whatever. Yeah, we could go run up on cats for leathers. What? In faculties, bubble keys for cheese. Cream flow like 7 C's. Hit chicks, Guyanese, word up. Hold your head before you fall out. The morale, devil want that. Let's get my niggas locked all out. Change for better. That be my only vendetta with life. BJC right, he's breathing indeed right.
I like the jazz type beat. I probably would have liked the beat just as much without you putting Raekwon vocals on it. I think the drums hit well. I think the little jazz sample in the background blends nicely. Snares are on point. I would like to hear like a more fleshed out version since this is only 45 seconds, but for where it's at, I would give it a 6.5. I want to say 7, but I feel like there's just a lot missing for me to really like know what direction this is headed in. All right, last one for the night. Zax made some changes. Okay, this is Beyond. I think I remember this. All right, that was Beyond by Zax. I like this. I can't quite remember what exactly you changed, but I think this balances well. The only thing that I would probably nitpick on is at the end when those synths come in, I would turn the volume down a little bit lower and maybe a little bit lower on the volume of the space sound, the whatever the fuck that's called, that trickles in your ears. And I would pan that from like right to left and left to right just to kind of give it some sort of ear candy from a listener perspective. But other than that, I like this. I'll give this a 7. I'll give it a 7. It still needs some stuff, but I think it's headed in the right direction. I could see a final version definitely getting up to maybe an 8. But that was the last track for tonight. Good show tonight. Had a full album of stuff by A.D. Rocky. Had some bangers by Kenny and some other folks. Good seeing some folks swing through on Christmas. Good to know I'm not the only one without family to annoy and catch COVID from. For all you people out there visiting people, COVID has been going around for like the last 2 months. Loose Logic has confirmed he has COVID now. Another friend of mine confirmed she has COVID. So, hey, be careful out there with that shit. I know everybody's kind of over it and it's just like whatever, common cold or flu now, but nobody wants to be sick when they should be enjoying some time off work if you are off work. So, hermit life, that's right, Ray. So, I'm going to go back to my hermit life. I'm going to go find some scraps of food to enjoy for the night, probably play some video games, maybe work on some music. And then I will catch you guys next week. What is next week? When is the first? Fuck, New Year's. All right. I don't know if I'm doing a New Year's Eve stream again this year. I know we did one last year. We'll see. I guess I don't even know if Nikki and D Bird will be here for New Year's next week. Fuck. I have a lot to do between now and next Wednesday is what I'm saying. So you guys go enjoy your week. I will go figure out my life and I will catch you guys on the flip side. See you on the Discord. Thanks for tuning in. Happy holidays and all the other shit. Gang, gang, gang. We out this bitch.
Gang, 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 gang.